right, guys, welcome in for the show today. It's going to be a little bit, I don't know, probably about the same. Got a lot to talk about. Welcome in to all the people who made it into the chat so far. So Loud is in the house. Book of RLM is in the house, and Mr. 13 is in the house. Good to see you all. Hopefully, everybody makes it, and we get moving. We got a lot to talk about today. With any luck. Hey, Mikey Balls is out there too. Good to see you, sir. We do actually have quite a bit to talk about as far as, and I've been meaning to do this podcast for a couple of weeks, been really busy. One of the things I think is really interesting that's going on these days is we have for lack of a better word, we have a lot of problem using various terms that don't actually mean what we think they mean. And for example, I think that the best example is simp. A lot of people say simp. They don't actually mean simp. They mean something else. A lot of people say cuck. They don't actually mean cuck. They mean something else. There's a lot of stuff out there that doesn't really mean what people think it means, and yet they run around talking about it all the time. And we'll get into that here in a few minutes. We're also going to talk about a little bit of current events. We had some interesting things happen yesterday that I think bears talking about, and we'll talk about some stuff going forward. And if there's anyone that would probably, we're going to do this for about an hour, maybe an hour and a half, and at the end of that, we'll open up the panel, and I'll have some people come up. Now, again, on my show, I tend to not really do big panels. I don't want to have 10 people up here. I think that's insanity. So probably 2, 3, 4, something like that. And we'll get into it. I'm going to go off camera for just 1 second. I seem to be having a focus issue with my camera. Give me 1 second, and I will fix that. Just enjoy my avatar for a moment. All right. Well, that's not much better, but that's okay. Hey, Natalia, how are you? Kind of flashing, if that makes sense. No, it looks good on my end. Let me check YouTube really quick. I mean, it looks okay. It looks okay here. Anybody else having problem with the video? The problem, I think the big problem with the video is the for some reason, my autofocus has decided to go mutiny on me. So it might also be, hang on. I see what's going on here. Give me 1 sec. I see what happened. Give me 1 second. Is that a little better? I think that's a little better. It is glitched today, and I don't know what's going on. It might be that the background is too bright. Let me change that real quick. I was messing with the background earlier. That might actually help. I don't know. Unfortunately, I don't have anyone to focus the camera while I'm here. I do this all by myself. Anyway, welcome in, guys. What we're going to talk about, for those of you who didn't hear it when we started out, the number one thing we're going to talk about today is all of these random ass definitions that people use that don't actually mean anything. I need ring lights. I don't think so. I have really good lighting. But the background lighting, I think, was the problem. The biggest problem right now is that there's something going on with the autofocus on the lens. It wants to focus on the background instead of me. And it could be. Yeah. I could turn the light up. Let's see. Let's mess with the lights for a second, shall we? Let's just make it brighter. I mean, that's not bad. You can almost read my hat. I kind of like that. I kind of like that. Let's see. Well, that's two. That's also messed up. Now, why is that messed up? I should know. Yeah. Yeah, it looks okay. It's not the best. It's all right. I could also do a refocus now. Yeah. All right. So it's good enough for government work. Let's talk about some of these terms. In chat, just throw out terms that you think that people overuse and misuse all the time. My new current favorite is no joke. My newest is everyone uses the word simp incorrectly and they overuse it. It's like the number one word people talk about or kind of, really kind of try and get into. Racist, also another one. Literally another one. Third world fascist. Duh, bro. You guys are on the game today. But my number one favorite right now is simp. Now, simp has a very specific meaning, right? And that is that a man or a woman is throwing themselves at, showering with gifts, paying tons of attention to a person of the opposite sex or possibly the same sex that has absolutely there's no possibility of that being returned, reciprocated, whatever you want to say. It's just not going to happen. And so but currently most people, yes, sucker idolizing mediocre pussy. That's what people have kind of redefined it as. But simping originally came out of the idea that that this was a very simpleton thing to do, right? Yes, originally it was short for simpleton, God's favorite aunt. People have kind of redefined it. What's up, Glenn? We're talking about how people misuse all of these terms all of the time, and my favorite one to pick on right now is simp, because I know so many people that use that term in the wrong way. It's ridiculous. Simp literally means to give someone get your affection and your attention and just all of that, and they are not returning it, and they have no intention of returning it. And matter of fact, they'll oftentimes will use it against you. And originally that word came about to define men who had money, who for whatever reason were basically paying for companionship from women that actually secretly hated them, or maybe not so secretly hated them, right? And so it's not, I can tell you, and it's easier to tell you what simping is not. Simping is not a husband doing things for his wife, because by definition, she's doing things for him, right? She's his wife. They're married. A boyfriend doing something for his girlfriend is not simping. It's just factually incorrect. But yet you will literally hear supposedly educated people all the time talk about, well, he's just simping for her. Well, yeah, they've been dating for 2 years, you dumbass. He's not simping for her. He's in a relationship. It's a two-way street. What they mean to say is he's not holding frame with her. She's running over him. And he needs to get that under control. That's what they mean to say. That's what they actually are talking about. And a lot of times, she wears the pants in the family. That's what they mean to say. That's not what they actually say. What they say is, well, he's simping. He's being such a simp. Look at that dumbass simping for his wife. Like, what the fuck, man? Like, that's some dumbass shit to say. And that's actually, every time I hear someone say that live on the internet, I think, what a dumb motherfucker. I literally do. I kind of quit listening to them. Because everything they say after that is, if you don't understand the basic definitions of the words you're using, how can I respect what you say? How can I absolutely trust what you say? Because you were literally using the words wrong. I mean, there's so many more. Cuck, right? Like, cuck has a very specific meaning. We throw it around like every day. We throw it, well, that dude, yeah, he's cucked for his wife. Maybe. But it has a very specific meaning. Fascist has a very specific meaning. I'm actually enjoying all the people now trying to redefine fascism or fascist to suit their personal agendas. It's actually really damned entertaining, to be honest with you. It's really entertaining. I digress. Apparently, little men in dreads do also. So I'm gonna. Look. Everybody knows what happened yesterday over on Jake Var's show, where Glenn and Speakeasy finally came to an agreement. Apparently, they're going to have a fight, an MMA style fight in Toronto. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to say that I'm actually impressed with Speakeasy manning up and actually making the deal. I honestly didn't think he was going to do it. I think, and now you can feel like, and Glenn and I've talked about this, you can feel like that he was kind of backed into a corner and forced to do it. I don't know. No, he could have weaseled out. But I think that it's admirable that Speakeasy actually stepped up and said, yeah, we'll make this happen. I mean, it's only been a year and a half or 2 years in the making, but whatever. It at least we'll finally, get some resolution. Now I'm going to tell Glenn, since he's in the audience, Glenn, I think you need to be very careful. I think I'm going to say this publicly. I don't trust Speakeasy. I know that he's, they're doing the fight at his brother's boxing gym. I think it's his brother's. I don't want to misspeak here. But that raises some suspicion in my mind, right? I don't know the Canadian laws, and as a U.S. citizen fighting a Canadian in Canada, I would want a contract in place. I would literally make this like a semi-pro fight, because quite literally, I'm not saying Speakeasy would do this, but it does not take a lot of imagination to see this as kind of a plot to put Glenn in a situation where he's in jail. Right. And I would honestly, I would have put it on neutral ground as well. I don't really I don't really know where that's at. Christina says he still doesn't pay his court-ordered child support, but let's pay for some random on the internet to come to Canada to fight. What a great man he is. Hey, I don't know. I agree with that. Namaste, the fuckaways, concurs with that opinion. I'm not impressed. Feeding and taking care of his own kids would be impressive to me. You know what? Fair enough. I can't argue with that. Namaste. Good to see you in the chat. Well, you're welcome to come up later if you want. But Glenn, Glenn, you're in the audience. You're welcome to come up. You don't have the keys to Talk Studio. So, but we'll get you up here. We can get you a link. Hit me up if you want to come up. But if you are, I don't want to see Glenn get in a situation where he gets into legal trouble or gets lured into legal problems. Okay. I don't know enough about Canadian law. I'm not going to research it. It's not my deal. I'm just saying, Glenn, I would be very careful, but I will say that Speakeasy's finally standing up and saying, let's make it happen. Kudos to him this one time. But yes, also, I think Christina has a point. Paid the child support, whatever. Okay. All right. So, but yeah, that's, not everybody would have manned up and done that. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Personally, Glenn, I would very seriously check out the, I don't want to have to bail you out, bro. I don't want to have to bail you out. And I don't want you to get stuck in Canada on some bullshit charges. Like I said, I would get a contract in place. I would make this a legit thing, as legit as you possibly can. Now, my information, and I don't know how good this information is, so donate, donate some freaking money so that I can get better information. But I don't know how good my information is. But what seems to be going around on the big bad internet is what seems to be going around. I'm sorry, guys. I'm getting blown up here. I'm gonna mute my phone if you're trying to get a hold of me. I did see Glenn. You try and get a hold of me. Give me 1 sec. I'm going to. I just got to mute my phone down here because everybody and their damn brother is calling me. All right, there we go. Forget where I was there. Oh, Glenn, seriously, get yourself some legal representation because I just think, I don't know, man. It's one thing to meet up in a mutual combat state where, the law is that if you both agree to fight, you can fight all you want. That's one thing. Meeting in a actual foreign country to duke it out with a citizen of that country as a foreigner. I don't know, man. That's just sus. That's real sus. That's real sus to me. Now, look, I could be wrong. Right? I'm not saying 100%. I'm just saying look into it. Glenn has the link. We'll get there. So it's I'm just saying, look, I will give Speakeasy 100% credit for manning up, buying the ticket, making it happen. Finally putting his money where his mouth is and making shit happen. I'll give him that. That's man shit. Good on you. But I also don't trust Speakeasy at the same time, and I think that this could be all an elaborate thing to fuck Glenn over. We'll see how it works out. What's up, my man Glenn?
What's going on, Grid?
Man, I'm just doing my show. I got sidetracked. I was talking about definitions, but I got sidetracked onto this easy thing. So We started talking about cucks and shit, and obviously the chat does what the chat does and distracted me. So
I mean, okay, can we be honest here? Do we really think he's gonna follow through?
I mean, at this point, I do. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you.
I don't.
I know
He
you.
bought
I
the
know you don't.
insurance.
I know you don't. And look, I could go. It honestly, it just depends on which way the wind blows at this point. Whether I think Speakeasy is going to stand up or stand you up rather, or cancel the ticket or do whatever. Like I've heard all of it. My concerns are strictly from a legal perspective, liability perspective. I obviously I don't want to have to bail you out. I don't want you to be in a Canadian jail for assault or some shit like that. So I think if I were in your shoes, I would be, well, first of all, I would say, hey, I like the energy, but we need to do this in a place where I'm not going to get arrested. Right? Like this is how this has to work. That's what that'd be the first thing. Like you guys got a good start. You got a ticket bought. You got everything set up.
This is the funny thing is though. You have to look at it like this. Let's say he pulls some fuck shit like that.
Yeah.
Right? Tries to get me arrested after I beat the dog shit out of him.
Right.
Everybody's gonna know that he's a bitch.
The problem is you're still in jail.
Yeah,
like everybody knowing him a bitch is secondary to Glenn Lawrence being in jail. Like that's my problem.
Will not be in jail. Glenn Lawrence has a team of people that Glenn Lawrence will not be in jail.
So I just, again, I don't want my friends to go to jail. I don't want you to have legal problems. I don't want you to get banned from Canadian land because when we take it over, you might find some work there. I just really, I really feel like that. It smells like a trap to me, and what looks like, smells like, feels like, probably is, right. That's what I'm saying. I'm going to give the guy full credit for stepping up. Now, that surprised me. Now, I was online when it happened. I was driving around. I was only able to listen to bits of it. And you and I talked yesterday. So I'll give the man full credit for stepping up and finally, manning up. You guys are going to squash this. I really like that energy.
You thought this was going to be the end of it?
I don't know. I don't think it'll be the end of it, but I think it's a good start. Hell's Angel 82. Glenn brought a gun to confront him. In what world are you not a pussy? Well, first of all, he didn't bring the gun to confront Easy. Like most people in America, I just carry guns. I have a gun on me right now. I'd show you, but YouTube would kill my channel. I got guns right there. Right there. I'm not touching them, YouTube. They're right there. I have more. I got lots of guns. Confronting somebody while I have a gun is totally fucking irrelevant. So I guess maybe that makes you a pussy. I don't know. Also, that's ballsy using Hell's Angel as a screen name because we actually have some of those come in here once in a while.
That person's not a real 1%er.
Look, I'm just saying. I know I saw Carney in here earlier. I know he knows people. Mikey Balls is in the chat. He knows people. I'm just saying it's pretty fucking ballsy to use that as a screen name.
Yep.
Unless you really are, and maybe you are, but then you wouldn't be like it's pussy shit to confront somebody with a gun in your pocket because you always have a gun in your pocket. Kel, I did see you. What's up? Kinetic Kel, good to see you. Do those Chihuahua dogs ever really back down? No. This is Tootie Bug says this is America. We have guns. Absolutely, 100%. I got a lot of guns. I've got so many guns. I've actually misplaced one. I don't know where it is. I've been looking for it. I had it on. I was wearing it. My wife had a friend over. I took it off. I put it somewhere in the house. I don't know where it is. I don't know where it is. It's obviously somewhere very safe because I can't fucking find it. And I've been going crazy looking for that fucking gun because it's one of my favorite carry guns. They can hate watch all they want. I'm shocked. And look, I'm again, I will give the guy full credit for stepping up. I also think it's a trap. I can think both things. Both things can be true at the same time. I'm concerned for Glenn, right? And Glenn's my friend, so I'm concerned. Again, and I know Glenn and I kind of glossed over this yesterday, but
Mark my words. Mark my words. From now until then, he will come up with some reason to cancel the event.
That's very possible, but assume that he's going to go through with it and get the paperwork in place. Call a lawyer in Toronto and just say, hey, what are the ramifications if I am invited to fight this guy? We have an online beef. We're going to fight. And he's invited me up here. He's paid my airline ticket. What's my liability? Whether I win or lose, what's my liability? And I think he's going to tell you. I think your Canadian. I think if you talk to a legit Canadian lawyer, they're going to tell you that's not a good plan, because Canada is just not America. It just isn't. It's like, I don't know. It's not even gay America. Like, it's way more gay.
Well, in like most fighting gyms, you have to sign a waiver.
Sure.
Because you're going to be sparring. So if this is going to be listed as a sparring session, right? I just sign a waiver at the gym, and I'm good. Now,
yeah.
I got connections over at GSP's gym in Toronto. I could easily change this location to a better gym that'd be in my favor.
Well, I mean, you guys work it out. I'm just saying, I think it's legit that I think it's a legit thing that he did. I'm going to give him full credit for that, especially having actually met you in person. For those of you who have not met Glenn in person, Glenn's a big dude. Like, he is a big dude. I mean, I'm not a small guy, and Glenn makes me look small.
Well, something that Flo pointed out, he's like, well, he bought the insurance, so he could cancel the ticket and anytime and get his refund. He paid the $200.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
So why if he was serious
true.
about it, why would he not just like pay for the ticket?
Oh, they think you're going to run, guaranteed, 100%. I can already hear that. I don't even have to listen to anything to hear the rhetoric in my head.
Why would I run?
I don't know. Let's talk about these words that are used all wrong all the time, like simp and cuck and fascist, and,
Hold on
modest.
Hold on a second. Tacitus is at the door.
I hear the dog.
Yeah, I got Tacitus at the door. Tacitus is coming over, hang out.
Tacticus, what's up, buddy? You should be watching me, motherfucker.
What up, bro? Say what up to Grid.
Hey, what's going on, Grid?
What's up, Tacticus? You are live 5x5. And you should be in the chat, mofo. Wrong with you?
He's not in the chat. He's over hanging out with me.
That's why I understand that. Tacticus, what are some of the buzzwords now that you think are overused and improperly used? My favorite lately has been simp and cuck. But what do you hear out there that people use wrongly all the time?
I would agree. Those two are very popular right now.
Yeah. Used wrong all the time.
Beta's another word. I mean,
Alpha's used wrong all the time.
Angry Casper calls it Zetas.
Zed? Yeah, I get that.
Or Zetas, yeah. When he's mocking the betas. But yeah. I have a guy I'm helping who's going through a divorce, actually a high school friend. And that's what he keeps asking me. He's like, what are all these words that they're using? So he's kind of confused. And I agree. There's a lot of stuff out there that's mixed messages. You listen to Rolo or you listen to some other channel, and then they'll have a different definition for it. So
they literally said that.
Well, he said that. I've been sending him videos.
No, I'm talking about on Jake W90. Jake 90 weight says, I watched it. They did say they got the insurance because Glenn won't show. I guessed right. I guessed right, Glenn.
He stepped away.
Oh, he stepped away. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. All right. The word
That's
literally
wild.
is used wrong all the time. That's right, Namaste. That you are correct. Jake, that's a ballsy thing for someone to say. I got to be honest with you. To say that Glenn won't show. Glenn goes everywhere. I don't know. You guys don't know this. Glenn is a social butterfly. That motherfucker will talk to anybody. I mean, like anybody. He is gregarious. If you understand what that word means, that's proper use of that word too. That's great word usage on my part. But Glenn is gregarious. Glenn will literally, and I'm using that properly too. He will literally go over to people that don't like him and say, "What's up?" and sit there and shake their hands and be cool with them. I don't know whether it's just to fuck with them or he just doesn't care. So Glenn is quite gregarious. When my nomenclature, that's right. I look, man, words mean shit. In 50s, a French guy I cannot remember the name of came up with 3 categories for the nations of the world: First World, NATO and allies; Second World, Warsaw Pact nations; Third World.
I don't know. Rick was saying.
That's funny.
Unaligned nations. All right, I get that. Yeah, Glenn. So I'll scroll back. Jake 90 weight says I watched it. They did say they got the insurance because Glenn won't show up. I find that sus.
Why would I not show up? I got a free trip to Canada. You know how many Canada women I know?
Oh, you're going to Toronto though. You need to go to like Quebec, baby.
I'm just saying. Like I got a free trip to Canada.
French,
I'm gonna go watch the Blue Jays.
What do they call them? There's
after
a name.
After I beat the dog shit out of him, I'm gonna go catch a Blue Jays game. Right.
I'll get to that, Jake. Anyway, give me one sec. What do they call the women? There's a name for the women in Quebec. The French Canadian women, Quebecois or something like that. They're smoking hot. When I was a younger man, like a lot younger, like probably like 25, 30 years ago. We went to Canada twice a year. Went to Mo Sport, which is in Toronto, and we went to Circuit Villeneuve, which is Jacques Villeneuve's dad's guy, Gilles Villeneuve, that was named after him, the Formula One guy, and Three Rivers, Trois-Rivières. The Trois-Rivières women are fucking hot. I'm just telling. Now, I don't know that I would want to take one home. Okay. But I would get the full sample pack.
Nobody said it was I'm taking anything home with me, you know.
I'm not taking them. I'm not bringing them back to America, but I would certainly get the sample pack while I'm there. I'm just saying.
I have friends. I have friends everywhere, Grid. So
yeah. Well, all right. I was just saying you're very gregarious. So they said apparently they said that he didn't meet up after he dropped the gun in the car park. That's false. As far as I understand the timeline, then they set up the fight in his brother's gym, etc., and then they were on.
No. Let me explain this.
Glenn Defo
Easy did not want to meet up. Period.
Look, I'm just saying. I don't know. I don't care. I will give the man credit for stepping up and saying and having the balls to actually buy the ticket and invite Glenn up there. I'm just gonna be honest. That's man shit. I will give him full props for that.
All right, let me ask you this: when he reneges on the ticket, then everybody can rake him over the coals. If he reneges on the ticket, then rake him over the coals till the cows come home. The full sample pack, yes. Get the blonde, brunettes are choice. If you can get the brunettes with the slim face and the flippy hair, those are very good. That's an excellent model. I would try. So you trying to tell me to get the Josies?
Does Josie have dark hair? I thought she had long hair.
No, she has dark hair.
I thought she was blonde for some reason. I don't remember. I can barely picture Josie now, and she was on my show all the time. Yeah. But the Quebecois, I think, is what they call them.
I should bring Josie with me. She'll be my translator for all the Canadians.
Oh yeah. You should totally do that. Yeah, Flippy Harry, right? Yeah, the Flippy, the Page Boys, the the Flippy hair. You know what I'm talking about? Come on.
Yeah.
It's the French like it's not really short hair, but it's not long hair. You know what I'm talking about here, right?
I get you. I get you.
You get me? All right, good. Yeah, I'm just telling you, get the sample pack while you're there.
I'm just gonna be like, look. I'm coming out. I'm here to do a
You're
job.
coming out. Not on my show. You're not.
I'm getting paid. I'm getting paid to whoop somebody's ass, and then I'm gonna go catch a ball game.
There you go. There you go.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, absolutely. The problem is Josie would. I mean, honestly, if it was Josie versus Speakeasy, it would be 60-40 in favor of Josie. I'm going to be honest with you. Josie, you guys don't know this about Josie. Josie rides her bike like 10, 15 miles at the drop of a hat. Like that bitch is in shape.
More like 30, 40 miles at a
drop of a hat. Like if she just wants to go out and ride her bike, yeah, it's like 30, 40 miles in an hour. Like she rides or 2 hours. Like I think she paces at like 15 or 20 miles an hour on her bike. Like you guys don't understand that chick is in shape.
And Josie is one of my ride or dies. Like,
yeah, I like Josie a lot.
Let somebody come at me. Josie will fuck them up.
I'm actually shocked she isn't already in this. Glenn, are you going to be training up for the fight? That we can't talk about that.
Look, I'm not going to talk. This is the last.
Hey, Jake's here. Jake, you want the link, buddy? I'll throw you a link.
This is going to be the last year I'm talking about fight. I haven't stopped training. I've been sparring. I've been sparring for years. I've been engaging in rolling around on the mat for years. I haven't stopped. So
basically, it's a game of chicken. Yeah, I think so. I think that's true.
It's not a game. I mean,
she would cuss them all out. Yes, 100%. Josie has a foul mouth at points. She can literally she could scare you. She could scare you. Grown men move when she comes out. Anyway, so what's other words and terms that are just
how about
used
degeneracy?
Oh, degeneracy is a great one. So for those of you who don't know, the word degeneracy means less than it was. It is degenerating.
It means less than morally, mentally, and physically.
And degeneracy, by the way, Jake may not be able to come up because he may be working and he might be watching on his phone or something. So if he doesn't,
he might be out in the fields, picking that fruit.
That's funny. I don't think he's not enough of a wetback to do that. To degenerate. That's correct. And degeneracy in the sense that it's most used in religion that I can find. It means falling short.
It's almost like sin.
Or missing the mark.
That's sin.
And that's the sin. He's on the roof right now. That's funny. I could actually see Jake Varr as a roofer, especially as shiny as his head was in the.
Nah, Jake Varr is not a roofer. He's
a government employee, actually.
Yeah, he
probably has a security clearance. What you guys would
He probably does. He probably does. Hey, you know what? He's the drug smuggler. That's how all the drugs are getting into America.
Jake Varr. Interesting. But anyway, degeneracy is used a lot, right? And
I hate that word because people misuse it all the damn time.
And people and that right, Tootie Bug, socially it's to take away from progress. So if I'm saying that a woman is being degenerate, it would mean that she is taking away from progress.
And that would be abortion.
I would actually think that's preferable. I don't actually want any progress. I think we're progressive enough.
Think about it. Progress is moving the next generation forward. So a woman being degenerate would be her having abortions.
Yes, that would be
taken away from the progress of the life.
Correct. Yeah, I agree with that. And
that's also a morally, physically, and mentally degenerate behavior.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think morally is used
that's the one that everybody
many
clings
times.
to.
I think a lot of people say morally when they mean other things.
Yeah. Yep.
So, and usually they what they ought to be saying is that that's not accurate. That's not proper. But somehow it tends to be
it's not socially acceptable.
Yeah, not socially
It's
acceptable.
not a social
And people
norm.
say it's immoral.
Not a social norm.
Right.
Like back in the days, the social norm was a woman got pregnant, she had a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Nowadays, the social norm is that a woman gets pregnant, doesn't want the kid, has an abortion.
Mm-hmm.
That is degenerate behavior because it's less than the behavior that it's not moving the country forward, so it's less progress. Right.
Right. I like Mikey Balls asked a great question here. Is drinking beer degenerate? Or is it only degenerate when someone overdoes it? Being drunken,
drunk,
and so we see that in Scripture where drinking is not prohibited in the Bible at all. It's encouraged, I think, in some cases.
But Paul says this, all things are available to me, but all things are not good for me.
Right? Correct.
And then he also says
drunken, but being a drunkard is.
Yeah, because you're giving into your vices. You're giving into your it's a glutton issue.
Right. And it is degenerate, right? So so drinking a beer, not degenerate. Drinking 20 beers in a sitting, probably degenerate.
And here's the thing, and this is where the Bible also says, where there's no law, there's no transgression. Paul writes about that.
Well, he has some very interesting things to say about the law and how the law ought to work. And I think a lot of people gloss over that because they don't really want to contend with what he says.
Exactly.
Because what he really says is that and I'm paraphrasing here, Glenn will correct me.
You're right.
I know I'm not going to do it wrong, but basically he says the laws of man are fairly irrelevant to the laws of heaven.
Yeah, but when he's talking about that passage where there's no law, there's no transgression, he's talking about like where there is no prohibition of Scripture, there is no sin.
Right. Yeah, that's true. That's a better way of putting it.
Yeah, like so if there's no prohibition of sin and this is not a sin, then that can't be. I can't transgress God if he didn't speak against it.
Right. That's true. Paul got problems. Like every Paul I know is a weirdo. So I don't know what to tell you. Every Paul I know is kind of odd. So
Mikey be balling.
Mikey
be balling for real though.
Yeah.
Yeah, people are. I've seen Mikey's house. Mikey's house is like baller status.
Yeah, I got to be honest with you. That's probably true. Namaste says, I can't drink just one beer, so that's why I have not had a sip of alcohol in 10 years. Know thyself, as the man says. It's cool that other people can do moderation, but I have proven that not to be an option for me. That's really a grown-up viewpoint. Wow, that's almost like we're turning into an adult show here. So
well, then I gotta leave because I don't want to.
right. Yeah, Glenn doesn't do adulting.
The fuck.
So we're gonna.
I'm gonna leave because me and Tasca is gonna go take off. We're gonna go do some guy shit and hang out.
Tacticus was supposed to be in the chat hanging out.
No, he's hanging out with me. He's hanging out.
Chide him hardcore.
He's hanging out with me. He's not doing anything degenerate. He's doing things manly. All right. We're going to go break bread, fellowship, and probably check out a few hot chicks when they're walking by. I'm just being honest with you. And he said amen. So we're going to go do that. Grid, you guys have a good day. I'll chat with you later. Give me a call.
We'll talk to you later. Thanks for coming up and chatting. You have a great rest of your day.
All right.
That was Glenn, the great Glenn Lawrence, everyone. The great Glenn Lawrence. We need to put his. I need to get a mod to put his channel in the chat there. Mikey says he's extremely blessed to be where he is today. We all are, actually. I think we all are. All right, so that's so. What other? I mean, So that's actually the first thing I want to talk about. It just seems like we just have a lot of people out there that just use words, but they don't really know what mean, but everyone else seems to be saying. And there's a lot of very interesting things, just my opinion, that there's a lot of very interesting things out there that people say without actually understanding the meaning of. I'm not really sure how you guys feel about that. For me, it's odd. It's very weird. It's strange. Don't really know what else to say about it. And of all the words, I think the one that bothers me the most, obviously, is simp. I think simp is overused. I think cuck is overused. And used wrongly, so that it's basically telling a bunch of people who are doing the right thing that they're doing something wrong. Yeah, and I don't know how better to say it than just, if you're someone doing that, you're wrong, and be correct. The accuracy does matter. Accuracy really matters. Accuracy in and of itself is a big deal, because if you tell me something, then I operate off of what I've been told. And if somebody tells me that this dude is simping for this girl, my understanding of simping is very specific. So I think that she's not giving him any attention or affection, and basically just kind of leading him on, and he's just, just following behind her, doing whatever. I think those things are wrong. I think those things are really wrong. What can I say? Now, if it is the case, as it often is, that we're looking at this from some odd point of view where the guy is like, pardon me, where the guy is being deprived of attention from his wife and yet constantly is doing everything to do that, I think there's other words for that. Simp might fit then, maybe not. But anyway, I think these words are overused. I think people need to stop using them that way. You do like to say cuckle doodle doo? Yeah. And some of these words are just fun to say. In the middle of an argument, saying you're cucked, it's like, that can really throw somebody off and really piss somebody off. Sometimes that's great. Sometimes that's wonderful. Tootie Bug says, my question is, do these people even know where the term simp is spawning from? The word simpleton, they need a dictionary. Yes. And it used to mean simpleton, idolizing, mediocre pussy. I don't know that it still really means that. I see what time it is. Now, I will be back tonight, ladies and gentlemen, for the Wednesday night show. I normally have a guest for Wednesday nights. I don't think I do tonight. I'll have to check and see. I've put some lines out, but we'll see. However, tomorrow night, I will be going on a little earlier than I normally would. And I don't normally stream on Thursday nights, but tomorrow night, Thursday night, I will start streaming at roughly 5 o'clock my time. And we will go to about 7 o'clock my time. And I'm going to have Father Joseph, who is the Orthodox priest who was at DebateCon or GridCon, and who did such a great job debating flow state. And we're going to have him on. We're going to do an interview. We're going to talk to him. He's a super interesting guy, and I can't wait to hear what he has to say and have a great conversation with him. Let's see. It is now. It's almost 1 o'clock. So I'm going to actually drop the link and pin it. If you want to come up, while it's not actually an open panel, if you want to come up, tell me you want to come up, and I will either let you do so or not. Um, oh, I'm not in. Let's see. Got to do. Give me a sec, guys. I'll get this pinned. And it has been pinned. There we go. You guys we're good to go. Yeah, Tootie Bug, he mentioned that very early on. I'm not sure that you were in the chat just yet. Okay, so the link is pinned if you want to come up and talk about anything we talked about today, if you want to come up and talk about something completely different, as long as it is pertinent, we can do that. While I'm waiting for someone to gather the courage to come up, one of the interesting things that I've been watching lately is the destruction of the left by the left. That one, it's a great question. I think that's a 6 arc. Give me a second. That has a 6mm arc upper on it. The bottom one is just a 9mm. I don't have either of the standard ARs in here. They're all elsewhere. Nasty summer bug going around. Interesting. Hadn't seen that. Yeah, so that's 6 arc. I have all of the weird calibers in for ARs. I have 6mm AR. I have 6 arc. I have 300 blackout. I have 9mm. I have 224 Valkyrie. Yeah, they're all. The 9mm is a competition gun, but it would be great for varmints too, rabbits especially. It'd be really great for rabbits. But I have a lot of weird I have ARs and a lot of weird calibers. So the 224 Valkyrie is amazing. Like it's crazy. It makes 800-yard shots. Just like who cares? Like it's not even a thing. So yeah, bunnies are great until they start tearing up everything in sight, which is what they do. It's what they do. They're pretty destructive creatures. Last year, I actually had so I have my Ethernet cable comes from under the house, goes up, spans across the backyard to the top of this building right over there, and then it goes down and then comes in over there under the floor. And there was they left me extra cable, and last year the rabbits decided to chew through my Ethernet cable. So all of a sudden I didn't have internet, and I'm like, what the hell? It defaulted back to Wi-Fi, and Wi-Fi is almost good enough to stream on, but yeah, not really. So yeah, I love. I have a lot of ARs in weird count. 6.5 Grendel. I just have a lot of different calibers. I just really enjoy them. It's like a tool for every purpose. And they all just click on and off. I have 22 mag, 22 long rifle, uppers. 22 mag is amazing. The gun just pisses me off all the time, but other than that, it is amazing. So let's talk about some other stuff, guys. And nobody wants to come up. Nobody wants to come up and hang out with me and talk about anything. I mean, we can talk about anything really. Yeah, rabbits are not rodents. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Squirrels are though. Yeah. Squirrels are just tree rats. Rabbits are not. Rabbits aren't related at all, as far as I know. So squirrels are vicious creatures. Squirrels are angry. And for a good reason. They live in the trees. You're sick, no voice. That's okay, Tootie. That's okay. I could go see if there's anybody I could go kind of mess around with and jump on their show. In other news, I have been one of the reasons why I've been late the last couple of days with getting my show on the air on time is I've been working on my airplane, and by working on my airplane, I literally mean I've been I've almost got the radios back in the airplane. Now, I got to say that they're reviewing the thing from yesterday. All right, well, let's go over there really quick. Let's do that. Let's see. Go cause some problems. Salute to me, bro. Hope it all is well on my end. Yes, all is very, very well. To be honest with you, I've had a great time over the past few weeks, and give me let's see here what I can do. I need to do. Let's see if they'll let me in. Hey, what's up, guys? Give me a second. I'm trying to get this set up so that people over on my stream can see you. Yeah, there we go. Got it.
When you arrived, and there was a discussion about what to do, and then they said, "We're just going to let you go because you're anonymous," and everything went well from there.
I just talked to Andrew.
I was trying to remain anonymous.
Oh. Well, I mean,
yeah.
Why remain anonymous? Like, if Andrew didn't tell him to leave, I don't.
So, but I put my guns away before confronting someone and offering the fight. No,
why
no,
would
Jake. Actually, I wouldn't.
I
have
Glenn.
now. If they agreed to fight, I would.
Like, I don't get this.
If they actually agreed to fight me,
Glenn
I would
says,
hand
Glenn
somebody
said
my
nobody
gun.
Told
maybe,
him.
but,
like, I don't understand.
Oh, you're all good.
I don't
Jake.
think Avarice is lying.
I absolutely would not. If I confronted someone to fight, until then, you know, I pretty much treat it like I would the Wild Wild West,
again?
right?
It was Lawrence, wasn't it?
You would.
Yeah, it was Glenn.
I would literally if someone agreed to fight me at the moment of the fight, I would take my gun off and I would hand it to somebody
I get where Plasma Void's saying, because that's a faux pas.
My car. But no, I would not.
It could have ended really badly. You really
also,
really
it was.
need to
It's disingenuous because
shit does also just happen.
Man,
it's disingenuous.
Fuck that.
I'm gonna go back
always
to
somebody that knows somebody on the inside that they get let in with something. So I don't fucking fault anybody for trying to bring protection to an event that they don't know what may happen, especially when people are talking shit before they even popped off.
Yeah, let me say that I am always armed. And I carried a gun the whole weekend while I was there. Obviously, I had to come back early. I wasn't there for any of this stuff. Glenn apparently chose not to wear a belt, and his holster came out as he exited a vehicle. Now, that happens. It's not optimal, obviously, but that had nothing to do with anything else. Right. Like that. And the way that this is being presented is very disingenuous, because that literally happened in the parking lot when Glenn arrived. like very few people actually saw it, and nobody knew about it until much later. Avarice, I think, is being somewhat disingenuous here because nobody confronted Glenn and told him to leave at any point, and nobody confronted Glenn and said, "Hey, you've got a gun. You can't bring that inside," or anything like that. Okay, so I think it's very misleading to say that. Now I haven't actually, dug deep into this, so it very well could be that internally somebody mentioned it to somebody else, and it grew a life in the back chat or whatever they're calling it, so that it's very likely that the staff could have known about it, but nobody else did. You understand what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
Well, I mean, I get you, and I agree with what you're saying, but the thing is, bitch, this is America and Texas, nonetheless. The fuck, like,
right.
Well, motherfuckers.
I mean, and I just said this to my chat. So here's the thing. First of all, I don't think Speakeasy knew when Glenn talked to him that Glenn was armed. As a matter of fact, I don't know for a fact that at the time Glenn confronted Speakeasy that he was in fact armed. I don't know that. Okay. He could have handed it off to Gibbs. He could have put it back in the truck. He had other friends there. They may have had it. I don't know. We don't know. And I don't think Glenn has said where the gun was. Also, when Glenn and Speakeasy spoke, it's pretty clear from what I understand from the people who were there that watched it, and the people who and all the stories seem to align that nobody knew Glenn had the gun at the point that Speakeasy and him talked. You understand what I'm saying? Like somebody bitching about, well, you brought a gun to challenge somebody to a fight. Well, that's fucking irrelevant if nobody knows you have a gun.
Well, I mean, first and foremost, again, this is America.
Mm-hmm.
You should assume that everybody's packing it all the time.
Right.
Especially in Texas. And first off, just because you have a gun don't mean you're going to use it. Speakeasy is just being a little bitch.
Right. So look, I'm going to give the guy full props for stepping up, buying the ticket, and all of that. I mean, that's man shit. Glad he did it. Finally, it took a year and a half, 2 years to make it happen. But look, here we go. I like it. I like the energy. Here's the problem I have, and I just said this over on my show. I think this is. I'm very concerned that this is a legal trap to get Glenn into Canada and basically accuse him of assaulting or whatever a Canadian citizen and get him into legal problems. I just told Glenn on my show that literally just told Glenn on my show that if I were him, I would call a lawyer in Toronto and tell him what's on the table and how to legally make it happen. Not how to run from it, not how to get out of it, but how to legally make it happen. And that puts the onus back on Speakeasy to agree to whatever needs to legally happen for the fight to happen between an American citizen and a Canadian citizen in Canada, so that Glenn doesn't get jammed up. This shit ain't gonna happen. Speakeasy says he wants to fight.
I
don't disagree with you.
He did not accept my challenge to fight him on Sunday after all the events until he knew that I wouldn't have time to.
Right. And look, there's a lot to unpack here. I mean, a lot of people, there are people that are postulating that the reason he got the cancellation insurance is so he could cancel the ticket later and tell Glenn to go fuck himself. I mean, certainly that's viable. I mean, I'm not going to say that can't happen. I don't think it will. I would hope. You do not have so it is supposed to be in a boxing gym. However, apparently it's a boxing gym owned by Speakeasy's brother or brother-in-law or somebody, Speakeasy's somebody. And so apparently, it is a legit boxing gym. Now, I think Glenn has also researched another neutral boxing gym that he may try and push to have that move to.
If you want to tell everybody about this story and how you've been going to be listening on my phone, I got to take my boy out. He's whining at the door. He's going to go pee.
I have a few questions.
You can ask me questions, man.
All right. So whether or not assuming this takes place, everybody shows. Do you think it would matter whether it was Speakeasy's venue or a third-party venue?
Yes, I do. It would matter to me because look, man, I've been sued a lot.
Right.
Right. And the first thing I do anytime somebody says, "Hey, I want you to do this," is I start looking at my liability.
Yes,
I start looking, and that seems like a shitty thing to do, but motherfuckers will jam you up, right?
You have to. You have no choice.
Yeah, I have to.
Right? That shit with your old here too.
And I don't really want to have to send Glenn bail money in Canada.
Right.
I don't even know if they take bail money in Canada. I might have to buy Canada. I don't want to do that. It's a terrible investment.
I don't trust any nation that calls their currency loonies.
That is a problem. But I mean,
I can't do it, dude. I can't take you seriously.
I kind of want to come back to the concealed weapon that everybody's like, why would you challenge somebody to a fight while you have a concealed weapon? And I think that's a pretty disingenuous thing to. I think that's a pretty disingenuous position to take, and here's why. The reason I think that's pretty disingenuous is there was no way for Speakeasy to have known at that time that as far as I'm concerned, that makes any sense. It's a concealed weapon's a concealed weapon. Now, if Speakeasy had said, "Hey, let's go around the corner of the building, let's get this done," and I would have fully expected Glenn to have, if he was still armed, and I don't know that he was. I think he's he's intimated that he probably was, but if he was, what I would do in that situation, I won't speak for Glenn. What I would have done in that situation is I would have pulled the holster and everything out so it doesn't look like I'm drawing my gun, and I would have handed it off to Admiral Gibbs or Andrew or somebody I trust to give me my gun back.
Close touch. You stepped over next to you, buddy, be like, "Hey, hold on to this for a second."
Yeah. We're not going tip to tip. I just don't want you to see what I'm doing.
I am not threatened by Glenn having a firearm. If Glenn dropped his gun, I'd just shame him for the next 2 years for being a butterfingers around something absolutely deadly.
There's a sign. There's a sign in the local shooting range that I go to in the bathroom that literally reads, Did you flush? Did you wash your hands? Do you have your gun?" Because people leave their guns in the bathroom all the time. You take it off, you put it over there, you do your business,
I don't understand how that's even a thing. How do you I mean, it's like leaving my penis on the fucking bathroom.
I understand. Hey, well, have you ever heard that Violent Femme song?
Yeah.
Detachable Penis?
Yeah.
It's a fucking hilarious song, right? Like that's that shit happens, And so I think that I guess my problem is, I will say also, all the information I have about what happened after I left this stream, because I had to go pick up my kid, all of that information is literally secondhand from other people. I haven't watched it. And so I'm going off of what I was told, right? And what I was asked to do. I was asked to confirm that the ticket exists. It does. It looks like a real ticket. There was some concern that it was AI generated, but it's a real ticket as near as I can tell. I was asked to, I was consulted about some other things, and I gave my opinion that. Yes, in my chat, Jake, it is all agreed to on camera, but that I don't think that holds any weight in Canada. The other thing is, I told Glenn yesterday that I would want a signed, e-signed agreement between the two of them, the hold harmless, like, no, you can't sue each other. Now, I'm going to tell you that what Glenn told me yesterday is that apparently this is going to be an MMA fight. It's not just boxing; it's an MMA fight.
Welcome to the show, Avarice.
Hey, I wasn't being disingenuous at all. Just so we're clear, if you know you're having a fight with somebody, you've called them out on the internet, and you know they're coming through customs. They're coming through customs where they cannot bring a gun. You do not bring your gun to a fist fight. Absolutely. If I was in the military and I chose someone to have a fight with someone in the military, I leave my gun at the barracks.
I'm not gonna interact with you when you're doing this, dude.
Because you're being disingenuous.
I'm just not gonna interact with you.
You're being disingenuous.
I've been 100% genuine.
You're
full of shit, Avarice. You want some energy? Here's some fucking energy, Avarice. You're full of fucking shit.
Sure. How am I full of shit? Where am I full of shit?
Because I've gotten into fist fights when I was armed and I took my gun off and I handed it off to somebody else. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
He didn't plan on doing that. He didn't plan on doing that. He didn't plan on doing that, Grid.
You're a pussy.
He wasn't even thinking about that, Grid.
Your energy sucks. You literally can't have a conversation. I have to ramp myself up just to have a conversation with you. You are literally incapable of having a conversation. We were all sitting here calmly talking, and you come in like a fucking idiot. I don't like you, Avarice. I'm tired of you.
I don't like
you
Go
anymore.
Away. I don't fucking like you.
You are literally a spur.
There we go. I don't like you.
Cannot have a conversation.
You're a disingenuous bitch.
You can't. I am not disingenuous. You are.
You are. You gun to a fist fight.
I am 100% being real with what I'm saying.
Thank you, Hank. Play a video game. You're on the internet. Appreciate you, brother, man. Appreciate you.
I got the dollar.
Now, Avarice, I gotta ask you something, right? Like,
yeah,
I appreciate the energy. I'm gonna ask you something because I'm a red-blooded American born and raised in the South. I've carried knives.
I'm from Alaska. I carry a gun wherever I go too. I was armed at the event.
Okay, so ain't it safe to say that Glenn just had the gun on him and could have just handed it off?
Listen, I got that, but hold on. When you go up to Speakeasy's crew, like me, like Blackout, like JS, to antagonize them with a gun on you, knowing that you're antagonizing people, that's the problem. You don't go antagonize people with a gun on you, you dumbass.
Yes, you do. I do that shit all the time.
No, you don't antagonize people with a gun on you.
And if somebody says they want to fight, I hand my gun off to one of my homies.
Again, you don't antagonize people while you have a gun on you. Be smart, you fucking idiots.
Avarice, because you don't like it doesn't make it the reality.
It's not about don't like it. Literally, when you
Bullshit.
go and do
this is all about your preference.
They literally talk
that you
about
don't do that.
Avarice, you are literally in the concealed weapons permit. What are you talking about? They talk about this. It's a whole chapter on this.
Yes, I teach that.
It's called what is it? De-escalating. Everybody has to do it, Grid.
I live in the stand your ground state, so all I had to do
it's called the de-escalatory. We're in a de-escalatory state. Sorry, we're not in stand your grounds anymore. We're in de-escalate.
I live in a stand your ground state.
We're in a de-escalate state. We're in a de-escalate state.
Calm down. Let's de-escalate.
Yeah,
I don't give a shit. You don't bring a gun to a fist fight.
Yeah,
I won't tell you. I
bring a gun everywhere, Avarice.
I bring a gun everywhere. Still not a statement to. I bring a gun to a fist fight. Shut the fuck up.
I literally bring a gun everywhere.
It ain't a fist fight. It ain't a fist fight.
To a fist fight.
It's not a fist fight until they're squared off. It's not a fist fight until they're squared off. You are being so disingenuous. You are literally trying to spin a rhetoric right now, and you can't allow anyone else to talk. You are literally a spur.
You're a mod spook, Avarice. You're a mod spook.
Go ahead, talk.
So go ahead, Hank. I couldn't hear anything you said.
You're good to talk now, Grid.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. It is absolutely disingenuous to say that just because he had his gun on him and he went over to confront somebody, that is a bad action. It is disingenuous to say that.
Okay, I assumed. Is it disingenuous to assume? Is it disingenuous to assume? I assumed.
You can't handle anything.
Is it disingenuous to assume?
Absolutely terrible.
OG dude, I can't be here with the
disingenuous. Shut up again.
I'll see you.
Again, Grid did say it was disingenuous to assume. Right, Grid?
It is disingenuous.
Oh.
Sorry about that, guys. That I just can't deal with that, man. I can't. I'm tired of Avarice. I've tried and tried and tried and tried, and that dude is a bad actor. Right. Look, Angel Berber, I agree with you. Carmel Anthony went out and he was armed. The problem is that he used it. If he had been armed, if he had left it in his backpack and gotten a fist fight, it would no fucking problem. Like, this is absolutely a mental problem for people. I don't understand what's going on. Right? It's not irresponsible. I have gotten into fights while I was armed. I gave my firearm up to someone that I knew. We squared off. It ended up not being a real fight. I mean, it's just kind of a pushing match, but it could have been a real fight. This is why Avarice is full of shit. And yes, Avarice is correct. In your concealed carry permit class, they say it is most advisable to walk away if you are confronted by somebody while you're armed, because you have no self-defense claim, or you have much less of a self-defense claim if you continue to escalate while knowing that you're armed. Okay? It hurts your self-defense claim. That's true. However, if I go out and my buddy Jake W90 here, Jake 90 weight, if Jake and I have a beef and I go up to him and I'm armed and I say, hey man, I hear you said this about my mama. I don't like it. And he says, hell yeah, I said it. What you gonna do about it? I say, all right, stand by 1 minute. And I go over and I go lock my gun in my car, or I put my gun in I give my gun to my boy. Hold this. And I come back over and I wipe the floor with Jake, which I don't know that I could do. He's probably a big guy. But we fight, we tussle. That's how shit works in the real world. That's how shit works in the real world. I don't act any differently because I have a weapon concealed. Now, if I'm confronted by somebody I don't know, then I try and de-escalate. I try and get out of there. And just for the record, I don't know that nobody knows that Glenn had the gun on him when he confronted Easy. He's never said. He dropped it while he got out of the vehicle. We can assume that he never put it back in the vehicle. I can assume that. Glenn's never said. But I think it's fucking insane the way people are presenting this. And Angel, I don't know. Yes, I didn't say that Avarice was being disingenuous. I said the framing around saying he confronted him with a gun is disingenuous. And actually, it's actually a fucking lie. So I don't really care. They can all go fuck themselves. Avarice can go fuck himself. I'm sick of fucking Avarice. That dude has no emotional control whatsoever, and he is wrong, and he can never admit that he's wrong. If I'm wrong, I admit I'm wrong. I do have a gun channel, and I do talk about gun safety, and I do talk about all of that kind of thing. I do talk about all that kind of thing. He should be on some kind of anger medication. I mean, he keeps telling me that he's dialed down. I don't know. All I know is that I'm not going to deal with anyone like that. Like, I can't believe that he's even part of the internet. Like, that dude, He's done. I'm done. Done. You can't sit there while I'm trying to explain myself and just start fucking yelling. You just can't do that. Anybody else want to come up and talk and have a good time? Every time you ever see him, he's yelling. Yeah, that's what. That was wild. That was wrong. You're right. Yeah, I know, OG. I mean, I get that. No worries, OG. I'm just not going to be yelled at, man. I'm just not. I mean, first of all, I'm tired of that shit all over. And I really dislike the lie that's being told here. There's absolutely no fucking way that Easy knew that he had a gun. He would have acted completely different. This is all bullshit. What's up, Gas Mask? How you doing, man? It's all bullshit. Like, this is all just meant to pump Easy's, like, fucking rep up or some shit. And I'm done with avarice. And if that means I'm done with half the fucking people that I normally deal with, that's fine too. Fuck them. You're arguing with him in chat? Fuck that guy. He's irrelevant. Nobody cares about his opinion. Yeah, I'll jump back in, OG. Hang on, I got to open your StreamYard again. All right, hold on, guys. I got to share this again. What's up, man? Give me a second. I just got to get my. All right, I'm sharing it again. There we go. All right.
That was fucking wild.
That was fucking wild. I can't deal with avarice. I refuse to deal with that guy again. He cannot control himself at all. And I'm perfectly fine mirroring the energy, but that dude is just, he agrees to not say something and then he just starts interrupting. Like, fuck that guy. I don't want to deal with avarice ever again. He's full of shit. Like, first of all, asking me to believe that Speakeasy knew that Glenn had a firearm on him is insane. I don't believe that. I don't believe that Speakeasy would have interacted with him. If he had, I believe 100% believe that Speakeasy has the balls enough to say, hey, you got a gun on me and you want to fight me? Fuck you, dude. You want me to believe something different than that? Fuck all y'all. You're fucking insane. Like, stop talking about the gun being a fucking issue. The issue is that Speakeasy did not want to confront Glenn in Texas because in Texas he would have got his ass handed to him. Now,
you're right. That's the issue.
I have no fucking problem admitting that Speakeasy manned up, bought a ticket, and did the right fucking thing. I've been giving him props all morning for it. Like, that's man shit. Good to see it. About fucking time.
But this is the only reason he did it, though, because he knew everybody's going to be covering his fucking ass.
Yeah, and that's fine. Look, that's totally cool. And you know, there's a lot of people who have come out. You know, people have come to me privately and said, "Hey, do you think this is going to go anywhere? Do you think he's going to like show up? Do you think this is going to happen?" I'm like, "Fuck, I don't know. They're grown ass men. They can do whatever the fuck they want." I think Speakeasy did the right thing in stepping up and saying, all right, I'll buy you the ticket. And I think it was a little bit of showmanship. I think I would have arranged it with Glenn. It kind of insinuates that Glenn can't buy his own ticket, which is not the case. But I mean, I'm going to give him the props for having the nuts to step up and say, yeah, let's fucking do this. Finally, it's been 2 fucking years. I'm sorry, guys. I need to calm down a minute. I need to call. I'm too hot. I'm too hot.
Yeah. You can call. You can call.
It says you're over 71 there, bro.
Yes, but you're good to cool down. Avarice can't deal with me. He clearly can't deal with me. That's why he's hiding in the chat while I was on stage, trying to.
I can't see the chat. So.
Yeah, don't look at the chat. It doesn't matter.
Can't see it anyway.
No, it's just wild. I think it's bitch made. I think it's just an excuse to not do the fucking fight, to be a bitch. And this is America. You know, gun culture is a big thing here, even in places like California that are anti-gun. And you go to Texas, the fucking state that is known to be fucking pro-gun around the world.
They're almost as pro-gun as Tennessee. Almost. They're getting there. They're catching up.
I'm talking about the perception around the world, right? Whenever you talk to somebody, Texas is the place of guns.
Yeah, literally everybody has a gun. Oh my God,
he's got a gun in Texas.
That's why nobody cared when the gun hit the ground in the parking lot. Like, nobody gave a fuck. Just that shit happens.
There's a decent chance if you drop a gun in a Waffle House in Texas, somebody will pick it up and hand it back to you. I mean,
right? Yeah,
be that nonchalant.
Yeah, like that's like. Now look, I'm going to give Speakeasy 100% props. He stepped up, manned up. I am concerned. I think legally Glenn's exposed himself. That's the way I think. Okay,
right. That's exactly what I was thinking.
You know, I think that there's some things that Glenn ought to do. He and I talked about it on my show earlier. I think anybody that, look, I don't care about what happened in Texas at this moment because I wasn't there. I didn't see it. I don't have video of it. I wish I had video. If I had video, it'd be a whole different, like that would have been a whole different deal.
Right.
But I don't have video. So all I got to go by is what two dudes say. Now, obviously, Speakeasy wasn't like scared, right? Because he, according to Glenn and according to Easy, and I mean, Easy didn't say this exactly, but according to Glenn, he stepped to Easy and said, let's do this. Basically, I'm paraphrasing. Easy said, we'll set up a time and date to do it, and walked off.
Right.
That's not the actions of somebody who's afraid of getting shot. Okay. I'm just going to be honest with you. It's just not
because he knew he was no danger of getting a shot. He knew his danger of getting his ass beat, and he wanted to postpone that.
Right. I mean, I'm just saying though. I mean, like if you want to make the claim that the reason that it didn't happen in Texas was because Glenn had a gun, I think that's stupid. I think that's wrong, and I think that you're basically deflecting from the fact that Speakeasy walked away and said he would do it while they were in Texas and never reached out to Glenn to do it while they were in Texas, while they were both there. See, now, that might have been the smart thing to do. That may have been the smart thing for Easy to do, right? Glenn has a lot of friends there, right? And it may just not have been the best thing for Speakeasy to do. I don't know. I wasn't there when all of this happened. I was on a fucking plane on my way back to Tennessee. So if I'd been there, I would have better comments. If Avarice had actually physically been there, he would know what the fuck he's talking about. But he wasn't there either. So neither one of us know what the fuck we're talking about. There's only two people that do, right? And there's no video. So I'm going to go with that. Look, shit happened in Texas. I don't give a shit about the gun. Nobody gives a shit about the gun. The gun is a distraction. I personally have been in a fist fight with someone while being armed. Now I'm going to say it wasn't much of a fist fight. Okay. It was more of a shoving match with a couple of weak ass punches thrown at each other, right? Like what adults do when they know they could really hurt each other. You know, you guys know what I'm talking about, right? You're men. Yeah. But I took the gun off. I handed it off to somebody. The guy didn't freak out that I had the gun on me.
As another person that wasn't there,
I did forget to take my pocket knife out. I will be honest. I was still armed while I was fighting the guy.
Oh, well. It's a risk you take by engaging the fight. So as another person that wasn't there, I'm going to start a conspiracy. Speakeasy and Glenn made it up just to get some more attention. How about that?
Oh, you think this is all promotion? I mean, hey, it could be promotion. They could have had a meeting. They could have said, hey, let's milk this for all it's fucking worth. We're going to make some money off of this, baby.
Exactly. So I'm going to say
that could happen.
All promotions.
I can go with that.
Yeah.
I can go with that. Yeah. Why not? Why not? I didn't actually, and again, I actually didn't get to see the interaction yesterday while they were on Jake's channel. I had to go pick my kid up, and then I was busy doing dad shit. So I don't know what I only have. The only thing I know for a fact is I was asked to confirm the ticket. I said that earlier. I did. It's a real ticket. I was asked to give an opinion on whether or not should be, Glenn should do it. I told him that I would be very cautious. I told him again. I thought about it overnight. I told him again, be very cautious. And I think that there's some things he needs to consult a lawyer in Toronto, do a free consultation, see what's up. I was asked my opinion about some of this. I gave it. And then I was told, I don't know this to be true. I'm told that the fight is going to be an MMA style fight. Originally, I think it was, we thought it was going to be a boxing match, which I think it's a mistake for Easy to move to MMA rather than keep it on to a boxing match.
There's no way I'm going to square off with Glenn in an octagon with his fingers free.
I had the same reaction. I was like, what the actual fuck? Like, and I was like, so first Glenn told me, he's like, well, we're going to use MMA gloves. And I for some reason, it didn't register that they were the fingerless gloves. I'm like, oh, you mean like the 8-ounce boxing gloves, like the thin ones, or the 6-ounce boxing? He's like, no, the fingerless ones. And I'm like, he's fucking insane. Like, if I was going to fight Glenn Lawrence, and look, I'm too.
So I was going to fight Glenn Lawrence. I'd have my gun. I'm just going to be real. That motherfucker's built like a gorilla.
Right. So Glenn is probably like 260. I'm going to guess here. I think Glenn's like 260, 265, 6'3", and he's fucking muscle. I mean, he's got a little bit of fat on him. He's been at, he trains, but he's at that age where it's real hard to keep that belly off, right? But I'm going to tell you, if I was going to fight Glenn Lawrence, I would have like 20-ounce fucking powder puff boxing gloves on that bitch. Because otherwise he's going to knock me the fuck out.
And there ain't no way in hell he's going to grab me. That is completely out of the rules. We're not doing that.
See, people don't understand. People don't understand. Like, I didn't challenge Speakeasy to a fight. He challenged me. I'm a hoe, bitch. I ain't going to fight you. If we have a problem, it's because you started it. And I'm going to end it permanently. Now, if you challenge me to a fight and I accept it, I'll fight you. I'll beat your ass.
Yeah.
But other than that, I'm not going to fucking fuck with you.
I mean, I'm saying if Glenn challenged me to a fight and I was pissed off enough and wanted to save my honor enough to actually want to get in a fist fight with somebody Glenn's size, and I had to do it with bare knuckle, that would be fine. But if I have the choice, I'm telling you, I'm going to get the biggest, fluffiest, heaviest fucking boxing gloves you've ever seen in your life and put on that boy, because I want to slow him down. And when he hits me, I want it to be a fucking pillow. Like, I don't want oh, no, man, no way. No
I can't end before Speakeasy in the take me saying I'm a whole bitch out of context. I don't fight fuckers. I just don't.
Especially right? From Canada.
They're starting fights. Well, I don't go starting fights. Like, literally, this motherfucker challenged me to a fight. I'm like, sure.
Yeah.
Like, I don't.
Well, and I think that's true. I don't challenge people to a fight. If somebody tells me they want to fight me, I'm perfectly willing to engage in that argument, whether we do or not. Totally up to them.
I'm from an area that a challenge to fight somebody and get you staring down the barrel is something you don't want to be staring down.
That's pretty true.
I'm from an area that's actually. Mm-hmm. I'm from an area that actually has crime in games. Right.
So
yeah,
over
like
in my chat,
I keep it on me.
I can't see my chat. I can't see your chat because I've got you full screened. But I've got in my chat, Jake 90 Weight is saying that Avarice made the argument that Easy and Glenn had previously said they were going to scrap at the event. So if he knew, then why bring the gun to confront him in the first place? See, this goes to motivation. People think if you think that Glenn was carrying the gun to confront Easy, you're literally like dumb as fuck.
I'm actually
that's what gets me.
Dropped his gun than I.
People just carry guns. I carry a gun every single day.
In my
everywhere. I'm sitting in this chair. I'm armed. I can't show you because YouTube will kill us all. As far as kill the stream, but trust me that the guns on the wall are not the only ones in this room. Okay.
I mean,
and in addition to that, I have a couple of different knives. I have a couple of different knives. My fucking wallet. Look, you motherfuckers are dumb. My fucking wallet is a goddamn weapon. So fuck all
I got
you.
one of those. I got one of those for my wallet. Not one of the straight pulls, but the little cards that flip up into a knife. And that bit, I carry that bitch everywhere.
And yes,
razor card.
Yes,
my wallet's made out
I carry this everywhere. Everywhere.
Got so much money in it, I can just beat
metal detectors don't matter.
Never did.
Never did.
No, my thing about it is like I love to fight. I love to scrap. I love to wrestle. I box with my homies. But when it comes to just going out
Outcast,
and antagonizing people, talking shit, I'm always armed. I'm always ready.
If you want to, chat in a minute, we can do that.
Was only there with the gun to because he wanted to confront Easy.
Yeah.
I mean, just confronting random people on the internet for fist fighting just retarded in the first place. Video games exist, idiots. Just fight now online. It's free. Or very close.
So true, Hank.
So just go ahead and get it over with today. I don't have the patience. I don't have the logistics. This is a waste of my time. I can't just even pay attention to.
I can't wait for that. I'm a whole bitch to be taken out of context. I can't wait for it. And I'm just saying, I'll say this now. Out of everybody that is talking all this hot shit, I don't know. I'm the only one that's been in a shootout and multiple fist fight. I know I've been in a shootout.
But this isn't the 90s. We not had to do a Street Fighter 2 organization.
No,
just do it online right this second if you really want to fight. It's not. It's just
my thing is
away.
My thing is you can tell these boys have never had real life consequences. They can have children, they can have families, they can have this, that, and the third, but you can tell by their actions that they've never had real life consequences. And that's what's annoying me the most about having to even talk to them. Like, they've never been slapped, they've never been shot at in anger, they've never had a knife pulled on them, they've probably never been in a situation or a place that was unsafe for them to be in. Because people that actually have been in unsafe places or have had to deal with fucking weird places, they don't act this way.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. It's a promotion. They don't want to fight. Otherwise, they just do it online via a video game. Literally today.
Mm-hmm. So, I don't know. But like I said, you can use it against me if you want to, Easy. I'm a whole bitch. If you don't know what I mean by that, you don't know. If you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. Now, I'll tell y'all, there's a black comedian that is a Facebook comedian, and he was talking about all the YNs that do the crazy shit and how people are just getting shot out here. So he just shoots first and asks questions. There's a YN threatening to fight, and he's like, "Oh, I'm a whole bitch!" And he's like playing the characters, dying. He's like, "Yeah, you was talking all that. You was talking about pushing up. Now you're pushing up daisies." So
Avarice is now in the crucible, spurging out. He said that I stole Foundry and Easy debaters. I stole debaters.
Oh no! You stole debaters.
The fuck is he talking about?
I thought we don't have slavery in the United States. There's slavery in Canada.
I don't know.
I don't think
I don't know. But Avarice, if you're listening, bro, I'm done with you. I don't know what you want to talk to me about. If you think that I'm wrong in saying that that it's disingenuous, by the way, if you think that I'm wrong about that, that's totally fine. I don't give a shit. That's my opinion. You can call me out for making assumptions. I don't give a shit. I do, and I often admit when I make an assumption. You seem not to. You seem to be a spurg, and I'm done with you. Like, I've tried really, really hard to deal with you and your fucking ridiculousness. I'm done. I don't care.
Why is he running away to Spurg instead of Spurging in front of real artists like me? This is stupid. You're not making a good show for yourself, Avarice.
Why is he saying you stole their debaters?
I have no idea.
These debaters lined
They were
up?
literally, I mean, as far as I know, we had everybody we had lined up was reached out to after we had them locked in to come debate somewhere else. I didn't give a shit whether they went or not. Like, I mean, they're people. I can't tell Hank where the fuck not to go. Right?
Exactly.
I can't. If I book Hank to be on my show tomorrow, and he's on somebody else's show tomorrow afternoon, I can't be like, well, you fucking stole my guy, dude, my guest.
And there's actually a guy who
How did I fit the debaters in my luggage? I don't know.
Yeah. And there was a guy who thought they owned me, Pussy Paul, unslaved, and I said, well, you didn't have a contract. I go wherever I damn well please. So,
yeah, I don't get this. So, I might want to ask you this off stream or in private. So
you want to ask me what?
We can't tell you yet. He'll tell you later.
I mean, depends on what it is. I mean, I don't honestly, I don't know that I really care.
Flavor of barbecue sandwich.
No, like, so what the fuck is up with this tribalism with the Cruci crew? Like, I don't get, because it seems like they are turning on you, and I've noticed this over the past month, and they are causing you a lot of headaches. Like, then I'm talking about the Crucible adjacent people, like the Foundry folks.
Yeah, well, I mean, here's the deal. I don't care. Okay, I have no loyalty to Avarice. Okay, I have loyalty to one person and a group of people that I like, and that's it. And I've been very clear about that. How is it that nobody gets this by now? I have thrown OG under the fucking bus in a fucking heartbeat when we disagree. And then I will literally tell, and then 20 minutes later, pat him on the back for doing the right fucking thing.
Well, that's just holding me accountable. I still consider you a friend, Grid.
Right. But the point is that I'm not here to be purity tested. I'm not here to be loyalty tested. I don't give a fuck. If you don't like what I do, fine. Go the fuck away.
Yeah,
don't watch me.
Yeah,
don't darken my doorstep. Fuck off.
Well, that's what I don't get, because, like, I don't consider when I've seen you talk about me, I don't consider that throwing me under the bus, because throwing me under the bus would mean like you and I were in league and you were just trying to, obfuscate something coming your way. That's not the case. You had an issue with what I believe or what I say. We argue about it, and you essentially call me a dumbass. And then the next time we talk about something where we agree, you give an old attaboy. I like you, Grid. I consider you a friend.
Well, that's because
I feel that way or not.
You're right. But it's not just holding accountable. It's just that was not my gun hitting the ground.
Oh my God! Well, it's like this time.
You trying to fight, Grid? Stop it, dude.
My earbuds. I promise it was not my gun hitting the ground.
Lawrence R says, "Hail to the King, Ortho, bro, the man of holiness." Yeah. Grid, what would you do if Avarice showed up at your house and wanted to move in with you?
I'd sell my house, move somewhere else.
I don't understand, and like I've noticed this. I've been wanting to ask you this, and I didn't know if asking public would be a thing. Which would be a big thing, because I don't understand why, especially for Speakeasy, because it seems to be over Speakeasy that the Foundry's turning on you against, and I'm like, y'all don't know this motherfucker's past and the way he does.
Yeah. So I'm going to be honest here, right? I feel like I get along pretty well with most people in the Foundry, and if they have a problem with me, they can come to me and talk to me about it. I have a problem right now with Avarice because he's being disingenuous and he's going after people who he doesn't even fucking know. He doesn't know Glenn Lawrence. He doesn't know anything about Glenn Lawrence. And yet he's sitting there bullshitting. He is bullshitting. I mean, this is just bullshit, right? Like, I don't know because I wasn't there, but neither was he. And he keeps saying that this is for a fact. So fuck that guy. Glenn Lawrence is a good dude. Has he made mistakes? Yeah. Glenn and we've had like, Glenn is my boy. Like, you know, I've helped Glenn out a lot. But he and I've had conversations about, hey, I don't like the way you do this shit. Like I do with anyone.
Yeah. And Guy, I wouldn't blame the whole Foundry for one, bad shit.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, Avarice is not the Foundry. The only person that can remove, as far as I know, the only person that can remove me from the Foundry is Andrew or Mr. E.
No,
and they would come to me. They would literally come to me first.
Man, I don't know what to call these people because they are engaging in tribalism, and it's the tribe.
I mean, overall, it's a bad look. Overall, it's a bad look for everybody. It's a bad look for me. It's a bad look for everybody.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying because like you're getting shit on Emmett stream, Easy stream. I haven't seen it happen in Abe's stream, but he hasn't been alive in like a month. So
in who's?
Like, it's all
so why are you getting shit on? It's just people talking on the internet. You don't have to be like Jack Talk on people's opinions.
I mean, here's the deal, right? Here's the deal.
You don't get what I'm asking.
I get what you're asking, but look, I'm not going to go into anything right now, right? Like this is where it starts and ends. I was cool with Avarice. I was even cool with yesterday the way he was presenting it. I thought it was disingenuous. I think he's wrong, and that's okay. I'm allowed to think people are fucking wrong. Avarice has no room for that. You either agree with him or fuck you. Now, that's fair. That's totally cool. But then if I play by that same rule, you either agree with me or fuck you. You can't say shit about that.
I mean, personally, as a chaos agent, I feel like that's how we should all act anyway, because at the end of the day, it's a dog-eat-dog world, and teamwork make the dream work, and shitbags are going to be shitbags, so...
I tried with Avarice, man. I just don't know. I don't get the dude. I don't care. I try to be nice to him. I've tried to talk to him. You cannot talk to him. I just, no, I'm done. I don't want to have anything more to do with him. I won't quit, period. Not going to talk to him.
And I would love to talk to him after he stops mod spooking and stop bitching out.
Yeah.
I just don't know because, I mean, the behavior that I saw today was weird. And I've only interacted with Avarice like twice, and I haven't seen him act that way, but I've heard that's how he normally acts, but I can't confirm nor deny. So that was kind of weird. I don't know why he's going so hard to defend Speakeasy. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't care. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to me. I don't care. It's irrelevant.
I do care.
It could be as simple as their friends. It could literally look. People go hard for their friends. I actually kind of respect that part of it, right? But I can admit that Glenn, it was fucked up for Glenn to drop his damn gun. Like I've been giving him shit about that for the last 20 years.
Oh yeah, no, he's not living that down. The next time I talk to him, I'm calling him Sir Butterfingers.
I think that me personally, I think that the way this has all gone down has been pretty decent. I don't know why Avarice is so bent about it. That's fine. I don't care. Doesn't matter. The whole gun thing and confronting Easy while he was armed. At that point, nobody knew he was armed. So who the fuck cares? Like, this is irrelevant. This goes back to this thing where all the time I'm like, people make this argument quite often. You carry a gun everywhere. Are you expecting to have to use it at any given time? I'm like, no, I'm hoping I really never have to use it, but I do have it. It's like my keys, right?
Better to have it, not need it, than need it,
it's like my pocket knife. I don't use my pocket knife every day, but it's always there. It's a tool. Now,
absolutely.
I have no idea, and I've said this repeatedly, I have no idea whether Glenn actually had the gun on his person when he was talking to Speakeasy or not. Apparently, nobody fucking else does either. We're making a bunch of fucking assumptions until Glenn Lawrence comes on screen and says, yeah, I had my gun there, but I wasn't going to go for it. Right?
I mean, even
and maybe he said that yesterday. Maybe that's part of what I missed. And that could have been calmly communicated, and we could have listened. We could have had a conversation. Yelling at me, that's unacceptable. Avarice is nobody to me. Fuck that guy.
Yes, and I'm going to say I think Glenn and Speakeasy made it the fuck up. So
they just made it the fuck. Well, all I'm saying is I want to be the announcer at the Speakeasy Glenn fight. Because I want to be like I want to be like, now to the ring, Glenn Butterfingers Lawrence.
Butterfingers Lawrence. That's it. That's good. That's really good. That's really good. I like that.
Oh, shit.
So I like that.
I like Mr. Glenn. I do. I think he's cool. I haven't talked to him a lot, but I have some respect. I have some respect for him. He's come a long way. He seems like a good guy, and like I owe him no loyalty, but I consider you the homie, and I don't like when they're coming at the homie like that because, like you said, nobody was there but Glenn and Speakeasy. And Gas Mask just hit what I was about to say long-windedly, so we'll use Gas Mask said they're just virtue signaling about the gun. And I completely agree, brother. I completely agree.
I don't know if I mean, look, I wasn't there, so it's hard for me to really render an opinion on this. I've heard what Glenn has had to say about it, right? I heard yesterday what Glenn had to say about it. And that was that he had it. He said, had there been an altercation, he could have handed it off. Now, he didn't say that he didn't come out and say that he had it when he confronted Speakeasy. That's why I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt here. I don't know. I'm not going to assume anything at this point until Glenn Lawrence tells me, yeah, I had my gun on when I confronted him, but I would have handed it off to Gibbs or somebody if it came down to it. I think his boy AJ was there. I don't know who all was there. But the thing is that it's like people are saying, well, this is like Carmelo Anthony, right? He went there with a knife in his bag and he got into an argument knowing he was armed and he ended up stabbing a dude. Sure. That's assigning a lot. That's assuming a lot of that Glenn Lawrence was going to do that. And I know enough about Glenn Lawrence to say that's not true.
It's complete and utter bullshit, personally. Because I'm putting myself. Let's say that it was OG instead of Glenn Lawrence, right? I would have had my 1911 in the shoulder holster in open view, open carry, and I still would have confronted the guy. And then I would have not thought one time about pulling it unless somebody pulled a knife or a gun. Plain and simple. Because I don't Israeli carry either.
Right. And look. And everywhere has a different standard, right? Now, it used to be in Texas that if you were armed and you got into a fist fight and you didn't use it, no harm, no foul. Looks like they've amended the law. I did look it up yesterday because Avarice made a big deal about it. I did look it up, and yeah, if you are armed during a fist fight, whether you use it or not, well, first of all, it negates any claim of self-defense, or it hampers self-defense, and then you could be charged whether you use it or not. You could be charged.
Well, that's just because we live in anarcho-tyranny. I'd rather be carried.
Right.
I'd rather be judged by 12 than carried by 6.
But again, that assumes a lot, right? You're answering the question before it's asked.
Yeah. I do know Glenn Lawrence is a Hollywood actor, and he
used to be.
Yeah, he used to think he's had a lot of Hollywood contacts and friends with a lot of writers. They could very easily they could have this drafted a week ago and just published it today. I don't know.
Sure. Well, I mean, so for those that don't know, Glenn Lawrence used to be a youth pastor, youth leader, whatever. He has, he's I think his degree, he's got a degree in theology. Not really sure. I think he's in between churches right now. If I had to guess right now, I'd say he's probably leaning more towards orthodoxy because of their position towards patriarchy. And he feels, I think he feels let down by a lot of the more with all the other religions, right? But I don't know that. I'm going to say that from our conversations I've had over the past 2 years, I would say that's kind of where he's kind of his head's at. You know, Glenn's a good dude. Glenn's a good dude. He's Andrew's friend. He and Andrew have known each other a very long time. If Andrew had a problem with Glenn, he has Glenn's number. He could call him. Not saying he would, but I'm saying, you know, like if, you know, he could. And, you know, Glenn's been around a long time. And like I said, he's had some missteps, you know. He has. He kind of, you know, I don't think he's ever actually fucked anybody over, but you know, he's had some missteps where I think he could have done things better. I'm certainly guilty of that myself, and I would say that yes, I'm being reminded that Glenn is retired military. He was in the Air Force. He did. I don't know if he was pararescue but he did. He had a specialized job in the Air Force. And you know, Glenn Lawrence is a good dude, and I don't know why everybody has heat for him. Honestly,
I hate him because he stole my movie and sold it to Tubi.
It just seems like Speakeasy is the centerfold of all this bullshit. To be completely honest, like that's where it keeps coming from. Speakeasy is the lowest common denominator in all this.
I mean, that could be fair. Right. Yes. Also, Glenn was a former prison guard. He worked for the state of California prison system for a while. He's also been an actor. He's been in movies. He's been a stuntman. He's done production. He used to be the producer for Pearl and Rollo Tomasi before him and Rollo had a falling out. I mean, Glenn's been around. Glenn knows fucking everybody. And I think this is really... I think this is really a bunch of bullshit. I'm being told in my chat that Glenn said on stream that if Easy said yeah, he would. If Easy said yeah, I'm assuming that he would fight. That he would have given it to his friend, and I'm assuming he's talking about the gun. Yeah, I mean that seems like what would happen, right?
I mean, that's what I would do.
Yeah.
I just don't understand why Speakeasy's worth fighting. That's the point.
Yeah.
Because Hank, violence is fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
I had to concede that.
I mean, ultimately, you know, like, obviously, if I have to pick between Speakeasy and Glenn Lawrence, it's an easy choice for me.
See what you did there.
Yeah. You know, and Avarice, I know you're listening. I'm not going to deal with you because you're a Spurg, and you absolutely I'm just not going to deal with you anymore. I don't trust you at all. Zero trust. There's no circle of trust here. You are outside the circle of trust. Because I don't believe a damn word you say.
And Avarice, I will deal with you because you're a Spurg, but you're not as good a Spurg as I am.
That's probably true. Hank is a pretty good Spurg. Selectively a Spurg. So.
The thing that I don't understand the most is like what the fuck does Speakeasy have on these people? Like, Jesus fucking Christ.
I don't know. I don't care. Speakeasy is not my problem. Like, I don't care anything about him. Look, he's totally irrelevant. Like, I just don't care. Like, and if anybody thinks that I like do care, they're sadly mistaken. Like, I just don't give a shit. Dude, I mean, I'm giving full props for stepping up and buying the ticket and everything. Like, it looks like, and this morning, Glenn was saying that he thinks Speakeasy will find a way to back out of it or whatever. And I'm like, no, I don't think so. I think he'll actually go through with it. I think it's a bad move. I mean, I'm not going to fight Glenn Lawrence. Like, there's a lot of people that I would be willing to fight, but Glenn is not one of them. Glenn is, I mean, I don't know if you saw him in the videos compared to everybody standing next to him. That dude is fucking big, and he's not like most weightlifters that's slow and all that. I mean, he's I don't know. I would not fight Glenn. I would not. A lot of people on the list of people I would fight. He's not on it. So that's just me.
I mean, I get it. I just don't know why all the infighting and everything is happening. It makes no sense to me.
Oh, I can explain it. It's because they're all running out of money, and he had to figure out some other way to bring the money in. That's why Grid's so calm. He does not worry about that. He has plenty of businesses.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, as soon as I get off of this show, I have to write a letter. I have to go through a proposal letter that I'm sending out today. And honestly, I'm getting tired of all this bullshit. Like, this is low tier garbage. I would much rather be talking about something else than low tier bullshit like this. You had a gun on you while you challenged a guy to a fight. That is such bullshit. That's such bullshit.
It's really bitch made, to be honest.
It kind of is. I mean, bitching about it is, right? Like, actually doing it is, that's fine. I don't give a shit.
Dude, carrying a gun, there's nothing wrong with it at all. This is America. We literally have it enshrined in our fucking national law to make sure that we can do things like that. And like, again, this is why I don't like foreigners. This is why I have problems with foreign ideas infiltrating our country, because like this Canadian counterpoint, he's Canadian. Fuck him. He's not American. Why is he bitching about guns in the Second Amendment in this fucking country? Yeah,
I don't know, man. I don't even pretend to know what people are thinking when they're going through all this bullshit. The amount of nonsense going on is epic, and I'm just not dealing with any of these fuckers anymore. I don't give a shit. I'm not going to get dragged into it. I don't care. I just don't. If you want to talk about policy, if you want to talk about politics, you want to talk about religion, you want to talk about anything, any of that shit, fine. You want to talk about this interpersonal bullshit drama? Yeah, pass me, bro. I'm out.
You know, I feel you on that. Like, I get you.
Yeah. I mean, I did my event out there. What's interesting is that I've heard from a couple of people that seem to think that I pulled people away from, or I didn't pull people away from modern day debate, but I used modern day debate. That's actually fucking false. There were literally everybody that came to my event would not have gone to modern day debate if they hadn't come to my event. 100% across the board. I took a survey of the people who came to my event. They didn't come there because they were going to be in the neighborhood for modern day debate. They came there because my event is going to be awesome. The next event won't even be done with modern day debate at all, which is, irrelevant, honestly. But if you're going to bitch about it, You know?
It seems to be very. It seems this modern day debate stuff seems to be very messy.
Well, all of this is getting really messy for me, and like I enjoy talking. Like I was talking policy earlier. I was talking about what words people use these days with no real thought in it, right? And they just use words incorrectly. Like everybody calls everybody else a simp, and they use the word incorrectly all the fucking time. Like all the time.
Yes.
They call people simps that aren't simps. People say, well, he's simping. Yeah, it's fucking wife, dude. That's not simping. It's just being a husband. What
that's retarded.
Or he's simping for his girlfriend. Yeah, they're in a relationship, motherfucker. That's how that shit works. I mean, like, it's insane the way people use these terms and they just use these words that actually have meaning, and they just use them all willy-nilly like it's just fucking irrelevant. And I've noticed a lot of that shit lately, and that's what I would rather talk about that.
Well, yeah. I mean that is a problem in society right now. One of the things that I was using, I was going to ask you, did you want to watch the Project VO Void stuff after you left? But apparently that would be a no based on what you just said. But I was using all of this as an example for hyperrealism. Sure. Are you familiar with hyperrealism, Grid?
Hyperrealism?
Yes. So hyperrealism is essentially the level of propaganda you get in a failing society.
Oh, gotcha.
Like it happened in the Soviet Union. It's when they were telling the people, "Oh, we've never had greater peace in our time. The numbers are so high. There's everybody's loving being a member of the Soviet Union." Meanwhile, the exact opposite was true, and it was basically becoming a humiliation ritual where they were just outright lying to you about and propagandizing you. It's when your nation's propaganda no longer is to try to convince you of a certain way or inform you, and it's just humiliation ritual and just outright fucking lying to you. And in society, man, I think society reacts to hyperrealism the way that we see with certain people acting tribal and just making shit up about other people and just going with it. I think that's how our society reacts to hyperrealism. They see the state and their community doing it, and they do the same. I could be wrong, but I think that's what I see going on. So...
Sorry, OG. My phone died on me earlier, and I took an opportunity to take a nap. But when I came back, I was hearing about how Speakeasy reacted to seeing a gun from somebody that he challenged to a fight. Like, you're a whole bitch. Every fight that I've been in that wasn't sanctioned, Speakeasy, either the person I was fighting had to have somebody hold on to their gun, or one of their friends had a gun, and vice versa.
He ain't used to these real streets. He ain't used to these real streets, bro. That's why I laugh when I see his little face tattoos in his SoundCloud rap.
Most people that carry guns, especially legally registered guns, ain't going to use it unless it's to preserve their life. And it ain't going to be because they're losing a fight. Oh, my God.
Oh, shit.
You know what? He should have stayed in Canada. If he wasn't aware that Americans have guns, he should have stayed his bitch ass in Canada.
Do you know that black guy who does the comedy stuff on Facebook?
Which one?
The one that, because I quoted him and I can't wait for Speakeasy to use it against me because I said I'm a hoe bitch. I'm a hoe bitch.
Yeah, I've seen it before.
He's like, oh, you was talking about pushing up. Now you talk about pushing up daisies. That one. And I'm just like, because that speaks to me on another level. I'm from an area. It's a small town, but the Tri-City area, I guess, is like in Metro Atlanta, and the crime rate here for the size is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, you got all them fucking wards around you.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm from an area where you talk about fighting and you get your fucking head blown smooth the fuck off.
Actually, in Atlanta, they don't call it wards; they call it zones, don't they?
Yeah. Zones or fuck. Zones.
Yeah,
or
I forgot the other name they use. It's not ward though, but yeah, I got you.
Maybe township. Who cares?
Well, then we got fuck. Then I live right in the middle of Columbus, Macon, and fucking Atlanta. All right. And anybody knows anything about Georgia, there's a little town called Milledgeville that's not too far from me. And that's where all the crazy fucking people live. Literally. It's a community of crazy folks. Then Atlanta and fucking Macon's crime rate is fucking wild.
But they like the mountain people.
You know that the part of the reason that the crime rates are always so high is because that's the cops either catching them or what's being reported to the police. So you can have a really high crime rate in an area where it's just not reported because people just don't give a shit or they don't care, whatever.
I'm just talking about motherfuckers getting robbed, beat on, and killed. I ain't even talking about what. I ain't even talking about.
That's murder rate, assault, all that kind of shit. You know.
Yeah, Greg's talking about them neighborhoods though. You roll past a dead body and be like, "Damn, that's fucked up," but nobody calls the coroner.
Nobody even called the cops, man. Like there are parts of Detroit that have very low crime rate because no crime ever gets reported there. Don't move there, though. Don't move there.
There's that kid that Jonas Lucas did that music video about where this kid fucking drove him off to a neighborhood to kill him just for gang initiation out there. And like he was crawling, he had got shot in the face and the chest by a shotgun. He was crawling the neighbor's house all bloody, and the neighbors was like, "Not here, motherfucker," shutting the door in his face while he's literally dying on their front doors.
People like I don't know, bro. When Melanie Cosmic Fox told Speakeasy there are no gangs in Montreal, that shit hit different. Like I kind of had to steal that from the Fox because you talk way too much shit for somebody that really just ain't about it.
Well, he's in Toronto, isn't he?
Same thing. Ain't no real gangs in Toronto. I don't know.
Yeah, there's no real
we used to go to Toronto every year. We used to go to Toronto every year for a race at Mosport, Canadian Tire Motorsports Park. Just Mosport. And
if Easy's place was as street as he says, he would have just been like, "Somebody hold that gun for him. We're about to get down."
Here's the thing, man. You know why I don't buy any of this bullshit from you guys? Not you guys personally, but from a lot of these fuckers on the internet. You know why I don't buy it?
No,
because most of them are cap.
No proof of work.
Because a bunch of fucking liars that live in their heads that never get outside. You see how fucking dark I am? I was in my fucking hangar this morning. It was 98 fucking degrees in my hangar this morning. It was fucking. I can't even believe I fucking survived that shit. It's fucking hot as shit. Yesterday was 102. I was like, what the fuck? Like I'm. What gets me is how people talk shit, but they ain't shit.
Yeah, these are the same people when they get doxxed.
Yeah, that's
the same people when they get doxxed by the trolls.
Speakeasy's wife is creeping my fucking LinkedIn, bro.
I believe it, bro.
Fucking proof. I got fucking proof. Like, what's your woman doing up in my LinkedIn, bro? Why are you doing that? That seems a little sus. Right? But you ain't shit, so who cares? Who gives a fuck? What, you gonna do, dox me?
It's almost like they're fucking lying hypocrites who do everything they say they're not gonna do, and then bitch when you do it to them. Nah, see, you know what I
never do that shit. I don't give a fuck. Do you honestly think I have the energy or interest level to find out any of your real names? Like,
I don't agree, but you know what the funny thing is? A lot of these motherfuckers that talk shit and threaten my life. Like OG seen a few people threaten my life. And then people in the background send me these people's information. It's like your criminal record don't even reflect you being violent. You're actually talking to a violent individual that calm themselves down. Chill the fuck out with your internet gangster ass.
Well, that's the other thing too, is like people think that I'm not violent, and yet I'm very upfront about saying that I am a massively violent person. Dude,
you could tell your personality says it though, bro. you're waiting on a motherfucker to give you a reason.
I mean, I literally go look. I'm not saying that I do MMA. I'm not going to bullshit anybody. I don't do MMA or anything like that. But I go work out with people who do tactical games. They do MMA. They do all kinds of combat shit, and they fucking throw me around on the mat like I'm a rag doll. I get my ass beat, and I get back up and do it again because it's fun. And these are like some of the they're fucking killers, dude. Like when I say this dude has a body count, I ain't talking about the number of women he's had.
Well, see, my thing that gets me right is, and I'm not a super violent person. I do like fighting. I do like guns. But what kills me is in these political streets, right? I don't leave. I am that guy, Grid. I don't leave the house no more. I go make my money and I chill. Cause you know why?
Yeah.
Cause I done went. I done fought Antifa. I done did my politics shit in the street. I got doxxed by Antifa because they fucking hate. They hate the guy. They hate your boy because your boy pop him in the fucking jaw.
Yeah, there was a guy. So at my event, there was a guy. So at GridCon 2, I need to quit saying my event. At GridCon 2, there was a guy there who was part of Andrew Tate's war room. So he's got a little money, right? Who's literally, he doesn't use his real name and uses various internet aliases because Antifa has doxed him and gone after his family, and he doesn't want it to happen again. Like legit, like 100%. Like they fucking hate his ass. And there's, and those people are out there, and they, I associate myself with people who are doing shit. Now, is it also true at the same time that I can be criticized because I will talk to people that you might not like?
Oh no!
You can be criticized.
Yeah, I fucking do.
But
how dare you talk to
motherfucking Destiny? Look, I was fucking hoping Destiny was going to roll up to my event so I could get him into a debate. Hell yeah, I want that motherfucker to roll up. Bring all your boys. I don't live in an echo chamber. I'm going to go out and poke you in the fucking eye. Why? What is it with you? What is it with everybody? What is it? What is going on with these motherfuckers?
They scared.
You people, Grid.
Huh?
I don't know, Grid. I try to come back to this platform after taking a 4-year hiatus and come back not doing the trolling thing. And it's just like, these motherfuckers are so off the chain. I guess it's just the personalities they want. They want the worst of all of us. Yeah. They don't want to see the best of us.
Over my chat, Ghost 1978, you are right. It is not the threat towards me or towards one person. It's the threat against the whole family. That's true. And here's the thing. I make it very, very difficult to find out where I actually live, who my wife is, right? Like I'm married. I show you pictures of her. You can even hear her on a couple of times on video because she'll walk in and say shit. That's all true. But finding out who my wife is very difficult. And I make it that way on purpose. And I do it because, well, mainly because I don't want to go to jail for doing something that I know I would do. That's ultimately.
Well,
that makes logical sense. Just because you're willing.
I have no interest in being swatted. I have no interest in my wife being harassed. I have no interest in any of that. And that's
just because you're willing to do something right quick, Grid, doesn't mean that that's what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? That's
willing and desire, two different things. Willingness and desire, two different things. And at the end of the day, if I'm going to be
Grizz, you're far too wealthy for that. Hire me to do your dirty work.
Right.
You don't have to get your hands dirty. Right. I'm just saying.
Yeah. And
way too much to lose.
Yeah. Well, people have thought that. I mean, you guys. I mean, the thing is that people have come at me. People have come at me before. That's not new. You know, I've been sued. I'm open about having been sued multiple times, many times. Probably.
I'd hate that.
Some.
It's got to be a
like you
stressful
think
situation.
if you think a lawsuit scares me, brother, buckle in. We're about to go for a ride. Because I will cost you every dime you ever thought you were going to have, and you will still lose.
I just don't get these people, man. Like I really don't.
I keep trying. And the thing is like, I think there's also like this idea that just because I'm loyal to Andrew, because Andrew is my friend, that I'm somehow loyal to and share the opinions of everyone else. And that is false. The people that align with me, sure. Absolutely. We are on the same side. That doesn't mean you're coming over for dinner, motherfucker.
So
we ain't breaking bread.
Yeah,
and I used to do this with my employees too. I'm sorry, Hank. I used to do this with my employees too. Do you think that as the owner of the company, that I have I did actually have people in my house one Thanksgiving. After that, never again. Do you think I went to dinner with my employees? Do you think I hung out with them? Do you think we went on boat rides together? Went fishing together? Fuck no. I'm a goddamn employee. There's a separation there. There has to be a separation there. There has to be.
Yeah, because if they become a company liability, you got to be able to emotionally bring yourself to that place.
I got to fire a motherfucker. I got to be willing to fire that motherfucker on the spot.
Yeah. You don't want to lose hundreds of thousands of dollars before you're like, damn, I got to let my friend go.
Yeah. No. And it's the same thing here. I like OG. But if OG, like, even if I even got the hint that he was going to stab me in the back or come at me, I would throw him so far under the bus, he'd still be waving at the back wheels before he stopped. I'm honest about it. But now I have some affinity for OG, and if somebody was talking shit about OG, I would stand up for him. Right? Does that mean I'm going to take a bullet for OG? No.
Not yet.
Does that mean that if OG gets pissed off, that I go talk to I don't even know who the fuck else? Yeah, who we?
So you talk to me about OG?
Yeah.
All right, if you want.
And does that like I don't? If he gets pissed off, what am I going to care? Yeah,
no.
A little bit.
We don't even care now.
Fuck you, Hank.
But that's the kind of purity. That's the kind of bullshit testing that's going on here. Hey, you went over and you were disloyal because you talked to this person. You were not a dick to them.
And that they're doing it in someone else's name who doesn't give a shit.
Right. Now that said, I will pick a very specific example. A week or so, 2 weeks ago, whenever it was, Sarah reviewed a stream that I was part of. And she made comments on it. I would pop into chat from time to time, and I would comment back that, no, that's not right, or this is what I did, or this is what I think. Do you know why I did that?
Because you wanted to?
Record.
Because the motherfuckers are talking about me. If they'd been talking about Hank, I'd have been like, fuck it, I'm out of here. But they were talking about me. And I have a fucking right and a responsibility to go there and say, no, motherfucker, that's not how it is. Or, yeah, I did do that. You have a problem with it. And when I go up on channel to say, hey, I want to make sure you got this right, or this is the right thing. I'm not wrong for doing that. I'm not wrong for doing that. Now, do I understand if someone dislikes that? Sure. 100%. 100%. You don't like that? You think it's bad optics? I got you, bro. I understand.
Well, that's my only thing, right? If people are going to talk about me, at least tell the truth. right?
Well,
That's me and Balderson's whole issue right now.
Balderson
is, yeah, me and Balderson kind of have a little issue.
He had an issue with me, and then somebody straightened it out. Like it ended up not being a big an issue.
Well, me and him are supposed to talk. I messaged him and like, look, man, I'm gonna be real with you. I feel like you lied on my fucking name.
Yeah, but I don't even really need to talk to somebody to just cease to give a fuck about it, right? Like this whole thing, you know, before the event, I was really pissed at Speakeasy. In my opinion, or my assumption was he went behind my back. That turns out not to be the case. For some reason, that really rubs some people the wrong way, right? Like that was wrong for me to do that. Sure, I'm sure it was. I mean, I said I was wrong, but now I don't really give a shit. I don't need to interact with him ever again. I don't need to talk to him ever again. I don't give a shit. He can make whatever content he wants to about me. I don't give a fuck.
I wouldn't give a fuck neither. I mean, shit, they ignored the whole fact.
Scheme of things.
They ignored the whole fact that he's talking shit about your event.
Yeah, I don't give a
shit.
They
didn't call him out for that bullshit. It's selective outrage.
But here's the thing, though. So, what do I gain by engaging with that? Do I gain fame? Do I gain fortune? Do I gain?
No, I didn't say you had to engage in it. I just think it's petty of those people to confront you about something that was an issue, but not confront him about his side of an issue.
Yeah, I just don't. There's no point at this. There's no reason at this point to engage at all, and I'm not going to. I'm just basically gonna forget that he exists. I will give him props.
Yeah, that's a diffuser in itself.
I will give him props I think he did the right. I think what he did yesterday with Glenn Lawrence is, as I understand it, again, I didn't watch it. I haven't watched it. I only have what I've been told and what I was asked to do as a point of reference. And that's it. And I think Speakeasy did the right thing. From now on, I don't have anything to say about him. I don't care. He can do whatever he wants. I do think it's weird they were creeping my LinkedIn, but whatever. Maybe they were looking for information to dox me. I don't know. So whatever. I don't care.
Nah, that shit was fucking. I told you my opinion on that.
I get it. But the thing is that I've lived this way for 30 fucking years. Like I've been in the public eye. I've been on TV. I mean, what are you going to do? I mean, I can't hide who I am. Again, you can find my actual phone. You could call me right now with a 2-minute internet search. My phone number is out there and has been for 20 years, maybe longer. I've had the same phone number a long time.
Yeah, Grid, but it's the principle of the matter. It's the honor in this situation.
Yeah, there's something.
And it's fucky. It may not mean much to many people, but I try to give everybody the same decency and respect. Me and Speakeasy used to be cool, but he went over.
I was cool with Speakeasy for a long time until he fucked over Glenn Lawrence, and then he kind of fucked me over a bunch too. We could have worked past it. He chose not. You know, he fucking spurred out. Whatever. That's fine. I don't care anymore. I have nothing to say about him. I don't care if he. I literally just don't care. I'm only concerned about Glenn and this match that's going to happen. We'll see if it happens or not. If it does, great. If not, if not, even better.
I strongly suspect Grid 1 is protecting his inner people from his wife. That's why he's not the other way around. I think she's protecting them from her, because I know who I would marry if I had his amount of money. So I said, don't even bother. It's not worth the risk.
Grid doesn't want.
I'm not saying she's a Chinese spy or anything, but
I'm not saying she's a Chinese spy, but
I'm fucking with you.
That's just what somebody who married a Chinese spy would say.
It is, actually. That's exactly what they would say. Look, I'm getting back to do what I do. I do my day shift show. Tonight, I'm going to do my show at 8 o'clock. I'll start at 8. And I actually don't have anyone. Usually I have an interview for Wednesday night, but I've been really busy since I got back. I don't have anybody to interview. I don't even know what the show will be tonight. It may just be me throwing cards into a hat. Maybe we'll do that. Like that's always interesting. See how many I can get in the hat. But we'll see. I'm getting back. I've got to start doing more of the gun content. I got shit that I need to do for me. I don't give a shit about anybody else. They can go fuck themselves or not. I don't care. I really, really need to get back into debate. I got to get some lefties to go after it. I don't really care about debate. No interest in debating OG. He's not a leftist. He's not out trying to ruin the world. Who gives a fuck? I don't care about debating him. On the other hand, I think I may, go after, maybe LSP, who debated Jake Var. He's a good debater, man. He's tough. So I could, maybe get him involved. Somebody was talking to, I have somebody talking to Destiny about potentially a debate between he and I. Yeah,
I do want to see. I do want to see you. I do want to see you debate Destiny.
I want to debate Destiny one-on-one. The last time was a team debate, and it really didn't go the way I wanted it to. But that was fine. It's still, Destiny. I would like to debate Destiny again, one-on-one. I would. There are other people that I'd like to debate. I'd like to debate Brian Shapiro 1v1. I was offered a 1v10 with Brian Shapiro. I've turned that down. I didn't want to do it. I think it's bullshit format. I don't want to do it. It just doesn't appeal to me. There are some people I'd like to debate that I don't think will debate me, but I'd like to debate them. So, we'll see, but I need to get back. I need to debate some people. I need to beat up on some lefties, I need to just get back into it, hardcore, and just leave all of this other dumb shit to the people who deal in dumb shit. Because I kind of got sidetracked there where I was kind of dealing in dumb shit for a while.
Fair enough. I mean, the dumb shit, you gotta know how to be able to manage and move through the dumb shit and still talk what you want to talk about. Like, I've been talking about like stuff like hyper-realism for the first 20 to 30 minutes.
Yeah, don't worry. Me and my friends got the dumb shit covered.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and look, I don't know that there's sides to this anymore, right? Like, I do look, whether it's for real or not, I do think Speakeasy is doing the best he can to present himself in a conservative, traditional way. More power to him. Fake it till you make it. If that's what he's doing, great. If it's not, even better. If it's real, awesome. If it's not, who cares? None of my business. Same thing with basically anybody else on the right. I'm done. I'm really done with people going. I'm really done with going after people on my side. Now that said, and Glenn is probably listening to this, and Glenn's about to, wherever he is, he's about to laugh his balls off. They're literally going to hit the floor, because I did a bunch of research, because I've had this whole thing lately about I don't like right on right violence. I don't want to debate OG and tear him apart and pull him down. I would rather try and pull him closer to my side and go after leftists together, right? That's my strategy. That's what I want to do. And one of the things that I've been kind of pissing people off about is there's one particular creator that really wants to pummel these supposed tradcon women on being covert feminist. And one of the people that they want to debate is Allie Beth Stuckey. And we cannot get Allie Beth Stuckey to sign on the bottom line. She wants a $50,000 appearance fee. Yeah, right? I saw his eyes through his fucking glasses. I saw his eyes through his glasses go, what the fuck?
I don't even know who she is.
Yeah, she wants a $50,000 appearance fee. And
she can walk in one hand and shit in the other. What the fuck?
And so we were trying to get her for this debate, and we couldn't do it. And I was actually on a fence about it, but I've done some more research into this chick, and yes, she says some very based things, very traditional things. But she also refers to herself as a pastrix, as in pastor, but female, which is heresy. No. Fuck that. You are not a pastrix.
Goddamn. And your case is probably cheaper.
You're not, right? That is no. You can be based. I agree with you being super based. I want more based women. Do not refer to yourself as a pastrix. I'm all for this debate happening now. I just don't think it'll happen because this chick hides behind this $50,000 appearance fee, and so nobody. I mean, like I'm not paying $50,000 to have this bitch get pummeled by a feminist. So I do believe that. And again, they were saying that she's a covert feminist, and I'm like, no. If she's literally calling herself a pastrix, she is not a covert feminist. She is an actual fucking feminist. It is true that you can have conservative values and be a feminist at the same time. That's not covert. That's just fucked up being a feminist.
Yeah, that's called first to third wave feminism.
Yeah, third wave, fourth wave, whatever fucking wave it is. I don't catch waves. I'm not a surfer. I don't care. But yeah, so I'm all for this now, right? Now there's some other people who are, people want to call out as covert feminists that I don't believe are covert feminist. Who kicked Rob out? Jake 90 weight. Who kicked Rob out?
Was it me?
Was it you?
But I don't know.
No, he'll answer in a minute. I'm sorry, I got distracted by my chat. But Allie Beth Stuckey is a feminist. Now, she may not be a full-blown, degenerate feminist, but as far as I can see, it's a heresy for a woman to claim to be a pastor or pastrix. That's insane to me.
If you got to put the words tricks or the suffix prefix, you know what I'm talking about. The tricks on it. Yeah. You're a feminist. Period. You're an old. You're not even. It's not even first wave. You're an ancient feminist.
Yeah. Aviatrix. Aviatrix. Yeah. So I'm blown away. I was actually kind of in Allie Beth's corner because I've heard some of the things she said, and I thought, well, this sounds like she sounds pretty based. And then I did a little more research, and I'm like, fuck this. This chick is not a covert feminist. She is a feminist. She can be conservative as well. She can be politically conservative and socially feminist. That's
all feminism is at the end of the day is, and I hate to word it this way, but it's and most accurate is wanting entire fucking equality for women, and the thing is, equality just ain't gonna happen.
Well, that's more more egalitarianism. Actual feminism, I think, they don't want equality. I would argue, and I think I could argue successfully, that feminism is not about equality; it's about superiority. They don't want women to be equal to men. They want women in positions of leadership over men. I think I can argue that. I think I can illustrate that. And I think that they're misandrists.
Yeah, they're misandry.
Yeah, I think feminism, misandry, I mean, that's just two words for the same thing. And that's just, oh man, I scared Hank.
So I'm still trying to figure out that Galachism, or however y'all pronounce that.
Well, that's the idea that all of us are equal.
That I thought I got thrown in a box the other day because I do want us all to be equal, but I want us all to be equal based upon our individual strengths.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Not equality in a sense that doesn't make any logical sense, like putting women in positions that they can't handle or men in positions that they're not best qualified for. But equality when it comes to their rights to have a say.
I don't believe in equality of any kind. I don't believe that there is such a thing as equality.
I do. I believe in equality under the law, and that's it.
Oh yeah, that's pretty much for me. Like you know,
okay, but I don't believe in that in nature or in our daily lives there's any equality.
Yeah, that's true.
And by the way, there's no equality under the law. So you know, I said this before.
There ought, as you debate bros say, there ought be.
Yeah, there ought be, but there is not. And the reason is that and like I don't pay attention to like speed laws, because if I get pulled over for speeding, it's a ticket. More than likely, I could have my lawyer call in and get it reduced to not even no points. So I can do that because I can afford to do that. Other people, like, and I'm going to pick on OG here. OG doesn't have that kind of money. So OG gets a ticket. He's going to have to go to court. He's going to probably get hit with the maximum because they don't like the look of him, right? They don't, or they, you know, they go, here's another poor guy. Fuck him. He doesn't have a lawyer to argue with me. So fuck that guy. He's getting maximum. So those laws are effectively really only
fully enforced on the little guy.
Only punishing for poor people. Rich people don't give a shit. The same thing like parking laws. I park my car where the fuck I want. What are you going to do? Just send me the $25 ticket. Fuck you. Right? So, and I personally actually don't act that way, but I'm saying that.
Yeah, we understand.
Illustrating the point.
We understand what you're saying.
The thing is that's still equality under the law. You're still being punished for it. You just get I
get much lighter. Yeah, it's not.
No. It's not equal punishment, so it's technically not equality. OG.
Yeah.
Well, again, equality is a false god. He's still subject to the same laws. He just has workarounds because of other reasons.
Yeah. Equality is not always so equal. Ghost 1978 on my stream brings up a great point. Here's the real question, though. Would you rather people not go to any type of church, or would you rather see them going to her church, especially if the people are far left, better thinking about that?
I'd rather see them go to no church.
So I'm on the fence on this one, right? I'm on the fence about this one because I think that going to any church is better than going to no church, as long as it's a Christian church.
Yeah, but if we as Christians allow a false message to be taught, we're just as guilty as those people.
Would depend, and I would say if it depends on the message being taught. If it's a Christian message, I'm fine with it. Even if it, but now, and hopefully it leads to, and what all church ought lead to is independent study of the Bible on your own. And that ought lead you to realize that, hey, this church probably isn't for me. And I see this a lot, because I grew up Baptist, Southern Baptist, which is the best kind of Baptist. And we would see people from other churches that would come to us because as they read their Bible, as they read through the message that they're hearing in these other churches, especially non-denominational churches, it doesn't resonate because it doesn't track with what the Bible says.
Yes.
And so they didn't. I would actually, to answer Ghost, yes, I would rather them go to a church than no church, with the hope, the fervent hope that they involve themselves in the church enough to start recognizing that this church is not what it needs to be, and I need to go somewhere else. And this is what leads people to orthodoxy in a lot of cases, right? And as a matter of fact, I know people from many churches that were, that went to Episcopalian or Presbyterian or Methodist.
It's actually what's leading me away from orthodoxy.
They go to these churches and they see the kind of degeneracy that is, or not necessarily degeneracy, I shouldn't use that word, but the divergence from from what the Bible actually says and what the Bible actually teaches, and the way that it's being explained or interpreted by some of these pastors. Like I'm going to pick on Joel Olson. Is it Olson? Whatever. Olstein.
Yeah.
Like that fucker never talks about going to hell. He never talks about sin. He never talks about
he teaches prosperity doctrine.
Yeah, it's a Jesus loves me doctrine. It's a faith with love or teach with love or whatever the fuck this is, which is all bullshit to me, right? I have some Keith. I have you up on my screen. You're not over here on there. They can't hear you over on the other side, I don't think.
If you want to drop the invite link in your chat, you're more than welcome, Grid.
Yeah, Ghost or one of the mods, if you could drop OG's link so somebody could join us.
Well, I'm
over
talking
here.
about the StreamYard.
Yeah, the StreamYard. Oh yeah, I got StreamYard.
Yeah.
I don't have it open.
The thing about it is, your boy could have been a priest or a preacher. Like I had many offers to go to seminary school.
Sure.
I understand the Bible, and I'm gonna be real with you. Understanding that Bible and personal studies actually was pulling me away from orthodoxy. And like, cause I got to talk to an Orthodox priest because most of my knowledge of Orthodoxy
I'm
is
going to
coming
have one
from
on
really,
tomorrow night.
I would love to watch and come on and ask some questions if it's an actual Orthodox priest. If you're all right,
Father Joseph is going to come on. Yeah. 100%.
I really liked him and Flo's debate. I told Flo,
Yeah.
I think Flo did really great, but I think Flo ultimately lost. And people were arguing with me, and I wonder if they got the surprise Pikachu face when Flo agreed.
Yeah.
Because, and it was a really good debate either way. It was a really good debate. And like I said, talking to the ortho community online is one of the things that's drawing me away from ortho. And I got to ask this, and if I do come on, this may be the question. Maybe you can help me refine it to better where it's not disrespectful. But I think that the church and the community for Christendom. Give me 1 second, Perry. I'll bring you up. Let me say this.
Okay, cool.
I think
he's over there.
I think there's very little difference between having weak-minded and weak-willed people interpret the Bible for themselves and having a bunch of infirm men sitting on the council and doing it as well.
Yeah.
There has to be action. There has to be the ability to move within the world. And I don't mean bowing down. You have to stand firm against it. You have to be, in order to be a Christian, you have to read what's in the Bible. And when the politics of the day are telling you, you got to be popular, you got to recruit, you got to say, fuck that. But you also have to be strong enough to actually be able to recruit even within that and provide that Christian alternative. And for me, the Protestants fail at being not going against the modern world. The Orthodox and Catholic fail. The Orthodox fail because they're not strong enough to stand against the world because they're infirm. They stay firm in their beliefs. But they wind up falling to the wayside because the way they do shit as a organization is retarded. And the Catholics fail just both ways. They go with what's popular because of the Pope, and they also they're just
I have a much more simplistic look at it, right? I never really watched the Evangelist or anything like that. I never really watched the made for TV church or anything like that. I just never did. But I have friends that have, when I've been over there, that they watch Billy Graham and Joel Osteen and all of these other mega churches.
I was raised up in.
There's a mega church that's on TV like 5 miles from me, maybe 7. And so I get it and I understand it, why people do it and all that. But to me, it leaves out so much of the teachings that are really important. And that's one of the reasons why I think that, and I use that to draw the comparison between an evangelical church like not Protestant, but Presbyterian, Methodist, that sort of thing, and less evangelical churches like Church of Christ, the Southern Baptist, some of the others that are, and Orthodoxy and Catholicism, which are actually still talk about, hey, sin is sin. you're going to go to hell if you do this. Like you will be judged, right? And you need to repent. You need to live your life, read your Bible, do all. And so for me, and I'm not saying that everybody ought take this away. To me, I think that this what is it? Faith in love or whatever. I find that very disingenuous and very very bad. And I think that it's because it really downplays what I get out of the way that God works, right? And the things that God requires of us, because as God, I mean, you look throughout the Bible, God punished a lot of people for not doing what they were supposed to do. And he was not.
God is disappointed in all of these churches, if you want to be honest.
I would think so.
Read the book of Revelations. In the end, out of the 7 churches that were written to, there were 2, I believe, that made it past.
Yeah.
And that's why I came up. I'm disappointed in churches altogether.
Is he really low for anybody else or just me?
Yeah, Pero, you're a little bit low, brother.
Is that better?
That's way better.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I quit the church when I was 15 because I was disenchanted, is what I call it. And I've never gone back. I've attempted to, but I can't stay because I find the same situation. The leader of the church, the very one that's supposed to stand at that pulpit and help give his best interpretation of the scripture, can't. When I go, and this is beginning of COVID, when I go to a local grocery store and I walk in and I'm the one that's not wearing a mask, and I see the father of a local Catholic church standing there with the mask, I cannot help myself. I have to approach him and I have to ask him certain questions. And so I asked him, "Can I ask you a few questions?" He said, "Sure." And I said, "You're the father at the local Catholic church." And I use that word father specifically because it says in those scriptures, "Call no man on earth your father, for there is but one Father which art in heaven." This is the problem with Catholicism. And so I turned around and he says, I said, "You know the scriptures pretty well then, right?" He says, "Yeah." And I said, "Well, what about Genesis 2:7, where it says God formed man of the dust of the ground, and when he breathed the breath of life into his nostrils, that man became a living soul?" And he looks at me and kind of queries and says, yeah. And I just looked at him and said, "You ought to be ashamed of yourself," and walked away. I can't help myself from just simply exposing their own idiocy right to them. Same with my parents. My parents looked at me when I was 49 years old. My mom says, "Keith, the police are your authority." I ain't spoke to him since. I can't do it. I can't do the lies. I can't do the fake popularity contest. I can't do just filling a role because the people need you to fill that role. I cannot deal with people saying I'm just doing my job. I've been done with that since I was a kid. I don't see how everybody else deals with it.
Fair enough.
I don't get to have church as often as I'd like, but I mean, every once in a while, I'm amongst other believers, like right now, holding discussion about the Most High.
Yeah, and I'm the one you've heard me say.
You?
You've heard me say several times, many of you, I'm not a Christian. I refuse to take on that title. I will profess that I am a child of the same God that created all of you. And there is no argument about that. Because when I speak about God, it's not this personification. It's the creation or creator of life. And that's the Ruach HaKodesh, as far as I know, the spirit or breath of life. Simple.
Ruach HaKodesh. That's
Well, the
another
thing,
thing. I hear all these leaders in churches talk about, oh, that's the unforgivable sin. That's the unforgettable sin. But when I read the scriptures, it tells me the only unforgettable sin is blasphemy of the Rocky, the Holy Spirit.
I mean, that's the thing. You've got like I understand. This is why I don't speak ill of the Orthodox or Catholic Church or any high church, because I understand that if you allow the average person to interpret the scripture for themselves, you're going to get a bunch of crazy, kooky things. We need a.
I agree with that. That's why I think people are going more over to orthodoxy, because the pastors and the fathers do interpret it. Now, I will say that I don't. One of the reasons why I do not debate religious topics is I don't consider myself, despite having been a member of the same church for 40 years, for maybe more than that, maybe 45 years. I don't know. I was 8, I think 7 or 8 when I went to church there. But remember the same church the whole time, read the Bible, all that. I still don't consider myself well-versed enough to argue religion. Religion is very complex. There's a lot to it. A lot of people decide to put their own slant on things. The whole thing about the Father, right? Like, call no man Father. Well, that was Jesus said that. Jesus said that in Matthew. And that is an admonishment against pride. Later on, you can see Paul call many men fathers, and Paul obviously was the right hand of Jesus, and would have known if that was the wrong thing to do. So I think that nuance is lost on many people because they pick on one point, they stick to it. And I'm not going to argue about it. I don't. You can. Everyone is free to believe as they wilt, right? Like, and again, I'm not qualified to argue religion. I'm just not. Now, if you want, I will have an actual priest on tomorrow, and he's a newer priest who can maybe explain things better, or maybe not. And I have actually in the past I have stumped my religious leaders with a question that I had about morality or scripture and way it ought to be interpreted in modernity and applied to me. So I've actually stumped them where they had to say, hey, you know what? I don't actually have an answer for you right now. I need to go study that myself. And I need to phone a friend effectively to give you an answer. So that's and that's just where I'm at, and I'm not going to get into any big debates about any on religion, but I will say that I 100% understand where Pero's coming from. And I see this when we see people go to, start out with a non-denominational church, and they'll feel unfulfilled because it's all of this, truth through love or whatever fucking touchy-feely bullshit. And they don't talk about, the Canaanites being wiped out. They don't talk about the true measures of sin. They don't talk about a bunch of things. And people are left unfulfilled and wondering, and then they go to another church, and they go to another church, and they go to another church, and eventually they hopefully find one that suits them and answers the questions they have. And that's all I can say about it. But at any rate, even the Old versus New Testament arguments are very interesting. I'm just not qualified to do it. So, as a matter of fact, I don't know anyone that's qualified to.
Well, I know this much. There's never been a church that has taught me what I learned by scripture and doing precepts. And the one thing that I have learned is that a lot of those parables that the Messiah spoken, they have spiritual meaning and teaching, and also real world meaning and teaching at the same time in unison.
I'm more of a Psalms Christian. Ask for forgiveness. You catch my meaning?
Yeah, my interpretation is the entitlement is to wisdom. In other words, if you're going to call somebody father, it's not because of a title as a head of a church. which is what we have for the most part today. Whereas wisdom, you can call a man father because he's wise, which we don't have today. I don't think we have a lot of wise leaders in the church today.
Yeah, I can't render an opinion on that. I don't
Yes,
know.
that is just
all of the church leadership that I've been associated with have been pretty smart people.
Well, show me, because we ain't got any around here.
Where you at?
Waterloo, Iowa.
Oh,
that's because you're in fucking Waterloo. It's a hellscape, bro. You're literally inside of hell.
I mean,
Waterloo, Iowa is like the fifth ring of hell.
Well, I'm pretty sure they have to pipe in air and water both at the same time. Yeah. I would invite you to either some and point of fact is I go to a Baptist church, same church I've gone to decades. Right? When I'm in town, obviously I've lived other places and gone to other churches, but I've always been a member of this church. My grandmother was a member of everybody. My kids go to a Church of Christ because they like their youth programs better. Fortunately, they're just right down the street from each other. So at this point in their lives, I think as long as they're learning about Christ, I'm not overly concerned about the denomination. I'm more concerned with them liking it and wanting to go and being there. When they become, when they grow up and they become more of an adult, then I can say, hey, try, come over here to the Southern Baptist side and see what we have. I think it'll be a better fit for you. But it's pretty based.
Yeah, I always wanted to participate when I was younger. It was intriguing, but the hypocrisy that I saw is what drove me away from it. I didn't want to be seen as a good man, but then noticed for the same hypocrisy. So I wanted to change my habits from theirs. And that meant I had to start doing new things, but still instill that.
Holy shit, it's epic in the house. What's up, my man?
A lot of people
you out there.
To do that. They'll leave the church.
You're right. Minneapolis, St. Paul is probably.
I never left the scripture. The scripture has always, like Exile said, it's been a guide.
One second, Miss Donna in Texas, thank you for the Cash App. Says I got your message. I have already done that. Thank you very much.
Yeah, the scriptures I've always seen the scriptures as a spiritual and manual guide for my life. So I've never left the scriptures. I just left the hypocrisy, and I continue to research my own scriptures. I've got 5 Bibles here, and I do my researching and cross-reference the different Bibles and the language that they use, so I can get a better discernment for myself, rather than listen to some man at a pulpit that's only read one Bible or went to one Bible college and was indoctrinated in that one concept. Whereas these Bibles, like Grid says, there's all kinds of different denominations out, so it doesn't matter. The difference is being able to correlate them and get the best out of all of them.
We have to kind of honestly, I understand the Orthodox would disagree with me. Even my who would want to be a Yankee Baptist? Nobody, absolutely fucking nobody.
That's like the 5th ring of hell, right there.
Yeah, so I don't have a problem with all of the different denominations. I do have a problem with I think that some churches are better than others. I have never been to a bad Southern Baptist church. But I have been to bad Baptist churches that without that Southern in front of it. I have 100%. I've been like, this is some messed up shit. Like, what are you guys talking about? And I've been to churches coast to coast, basically, and I'll tell you that they're all different. And a lot of times it really, and I know this sounds trite and contrived to say, if you don't like church, it's probably the church you're going to that you don't like. It's the people, it's the environment, it's the atmosphere. so to speak, that you don't like. It's not the biblical teachings. It's not that you have a problem with. Because if you just sit and read the Bible, most people, I think, really come to terms with it, right, and enjoy it to some degree. But and so I don't have unlike, like I know the Orthodoxy right now are all about, they're the true church, and they're the and Catholicism for a long time has been like, we're the true church. I think they're all. I don't know, and I used to say, I don't know whose religion is right, but soon enough you're going to find out. So pick one and that you like and stick to it. So God is God. That's just my viewpoint on it. But again, I'm not really qualified to debate religion. So,
well, that's kind of what I said. I left the church for a reason, but it wasn't because of the scriptures. It was because of the people, the hypocrisy that I saw in the people, and I didn't want that behavior on me. So I separated from the church. But when I did, I kept those scriptures. I took that Bible with me.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, I think that I do think church is very important. I think that my problem and what led all into this is that I don't think that it's right to have female leadership or pardon me, female clergy in the church. I don't, right. And now that can be conflated to say that, and I almost did say not to have female leadership. I think having female leadership of, various groups, small subsets, women, children, maybe, something like that, where they're under someone else's leadership, but they're in a leadership role. I don't have a problem with that. I don't think that's an issue. But I think it's pretty clear that that women are not meant to be pastors. So, and that's the only thing that I kind of have on that. I don't have I don't even like, and I don't care if a woman's leading a Sunday school group or something like that. I know that I know that
Cynthia's backstage.
I got to get out of here in a few minutes.
But yeah, that's the ones that really bother me are the pastors and preachers and stuff that blatantly show that they really don't comprehend the scriptures, because they will consistently bow down and do those kind of things that the scripture should be pretty clear about, And so when I see a father from the local Catholic church wearing a mask and trying to condition, it's a social conditioning, and socially condition his parishioners to do the same thing and bow down to this police state. There's a separation that we need to be distinct about.
And I really, like all the churches, no, I don't think any of the churches here shut down. I think a few of them because they, obviously we have a lot of elderly. They took some precautions with the elderly, with the most at-risk group, but none of the churches actually shut down here where I'm at. I can't speak about anyone else. So, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know that they shut down here either, but I know they heavily enforced the mask thing. I mean, and it wasn't.
Yeah, not here.
Yeah. They were heavily helping enforce the mask mandate among the people. And it was sad to see. It really was.
Yeah. I thought Cynthia was coming up.
Yeah, I don't know that OG's there. I think
OG he may have stepped away. I'm gonna have it. I'm at my normal quitting time, but I can stay a little bit longer. I got to go pick up my son at his preschool. He starts kindergarten in a couple of weeks. He's gonna have to get up on time. It's gonna be like he's gonna have to live like a real human.
I know you should like how I tore that guy's point apart the other day.
Which
popped
one?
Popped up on panel that dude that was going off about the what was it? What was he saying? I think it was on OG's panel here. No, it was on Beth's, I think. I can't remember what panel.
Was it 10th Man?
No,
I do remember you getting a pretty solid dunk.
Yeah, I can't remember. It was somebody I'm not familiar with.
Hello, Cynthia. How are you?
Hello, gentlemen. How are you? I love it.
It was really good meeting you in Dallas.
You as well. You as well.
You were very late, though. You were very, very late to the party.
I know. I'm the worst. Okay. But I love y'all's conversations about the church. And I agree with you 100%, Greg. Women shouldn't lead a church, but lead a Sunday school for sure. Teach the children.
Yeah.
It was the origin. It was the origin concept, and he was trying to say a mechanical origin versus biochemical origin.
Right. So, so I actually last Sunday was my first time teaching, but I'm gonna teach kind of every other Sunday now. So I'm already preparing for like 2 weeks from lesson. So this week it's about fellowship. I'm going to speak on fellowship and what does fellowship mean? And it's more than eating dinner together. It's about sharing the burdens. And as I was reading through the relationship between Paul and Timothy, Timothy had that close relationship with Paul that he was able to see him be prosecuted and to be, hated on because of his beliefs. And in seeing that and experiencing that taught Timothy how to be prepared for it. So it's also the fellowship of gathering with other believers and seeing them go through things and how they handle it as a Christian that does prepare the younger ones or the new believers to walk in the way of Christianity.
Yeah. I'm of the opinion that I'm of the opinion that a lot of people read the Bible and find the message they want to see in it.
Correct.
And that's very possible, which is why I think that we have people like Steelman over my chat who's like, well, Jesus didn't say that Paul said that. Well, Paul is the confidant of Jesus, right? Like,
I'm sorry, I had to step away and take Tucker out. I apologize. I didn't.
I got her. Don't worry.
Nobody's preaching against anyone, Steelman. You're conflating things because of your own personal bias. This is something else I find is very interesting. Like, I have no particular bias in any of this, right? Okay. It seems like other people really need to have that bias because they have a position. And this is one of those things that people do all the time. Like, they have a position, and so they build the facts around that position and ignore anything that doesn't support it. But that's fine. It's not a big deal. I do have to get out of here. I normally quit at 3:00. I've got to go pick up my youngest son. I'm going to go play at the airport some and do some cool stuff. And, I'm just going to be me, sucks to be me, but, sucks more to be someone else.
Well, have a good day, Grid.
Yeah. Good. Yeah. Again, good meeting you in Dallas. Hopefully you can make it to the next one. I found out today that apparently I was stealing somebody else's debaters.
That's why I'm saying you.
So weird.
The debate community together works together, it will be bigger. It will be more cohesive and better. It will be beneficial. What does OG always say? Rising waters lift ships. I don't know, something like that.
Rising tide lifts all
rising tide raises all ships.
Yes, and that's what needs to happen. And I know it's hard, especially on this app, because people tend to get in their egos. But if you're trying to present yourself as a community, the communities have to learn to at least somehow work together. Not saying it's you, Grid, just saying in general. But it was great. You have put an excellent event on. I look forward to seeing it again, and I look forward to seeing it grow.
Yeah.
And I look forward to people planting seeds in these debates.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting back to debating. I spent way too much time doing all of the all
Is
of
that
the
you, Rocky?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead, Grid. My bad.
All right, it's no problem. I spent way too much time, having to put the event together and all the other things I had going on. So I can't wait to get back to just doing my show, doing debates, and planning this other stuff at the same time. You guys, again, I'll be on again tonight. I don't know. I normally would have a guest. I didn't. I haven't had enough time really to put any effort into getting a guest tonight. So I don't know what the show will look like tonight, but I will be back at 8:00 Central Standard Time. And in the meantime, you guys be cool, man. I'm gonna drop off here and get out. I got to get out of here. See you guys later.
Oh, good one,
Be
Greg.
blessed. Be blessed, brother.
Thank you. Appreciate it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I got to get out of here. You've been great today. It's been a good show. Even with the spur gout, it was very interesting. I've been called disloyal now. I've been called a traitor. I've been called all kinds of things. Okay, that's fine. There's only one person that I owe any loyalty to in these groups. Well, actually, there's probably 4 or 5 people that I owe loyalty to in these groups. And if your name's not on that list, get fucked. I don't care. You show me some, I'll show you some. Specifically to Avarice, you've never shown me any loyalty. Everything I've gotten from you has been absolutely insanity. And I don't want to deal with you anymore. So you guys have a good rest of your day. I'll be back tonight again at around, I think, 8:00, and we'll catch you guys later. You guys have a great rest of your day. Now we'll get out of here.
Did you know if you put your top lip and your bottom lip and you press them together, you will experience how to shut